I hope all of your law paper went well. Yes, I think audio and video is proper, so we can continue this session. Okay, great. How was your law paper? How was your law paper? Akshaya, Harini, yes, those who have commented, very good. Audio and video is proper, nice. Okay, I hope all of your law paper went well. And now in today's session, we will complete entire statistics part. Okay, I will try to complete entire CA foundation statistics part, and we will cover all the chapters of statistics from our revision notes, and after that I will take questions from study material as well as past year papers. Okay, I want answers from all of you for the questions which I will be asking in class, and make this session interactive. Okay, whenever I'm asking any question, please comment in the chat box, and also we will solve lots and lots of questions. And in tomorrow's session, what we will do, we will cover the entire business mathematics part. Okay, so in today's session we will cover statistics, and in tomorrow's session we will cover business mathematics and logical reasoning. Okay, great. Yes, so revision notes are already there on my Telegram channel. Okay, those who have not downloaded it, please download it fast. Telegram channel link is in my description. Okay, channel link is in description. Quickly join the Telegram channel, and from there you can download the revision notes. So first we are starting with measures of central tendency and dispersion. Okay, measures of central tendency and dispersion. The weightage of measures, the weightage of this chapter in exam is around 12 to 13 marks. Okay, they ask around 12 to 13 questions from measures of central tendency and dispersion. First, we will cover the entire concepts and formulas, properties, all of this from our revision notes, and then I will take questions from the study material as well as from past year papers. Okay, let me open revision notes. These revision notes are available on Telegram channel. Okay, these revision notes you can download from Telegram channel. You will find this in the starting part of my channel. Okay, you will find the entire statistics summary notes on Telegram channel. You can quickly download it, and you can refer all these things from the notes there. Okay, so in measures of central tendency, we will revise arithmetic mean, median, mode, after that geometric mean and harmonic mean. Okay, we will first start with arithmetic mean. Okay, I am starting with arithmetic mean. After that I will take median, then mode, and at last I will cover geometric mean and harmonic mean. Now tell me quickly, what is the formula to find arithmetic mean? What is the formula to find arithmetic mean? The formula to find arithmetic mean is sum of all the observations divided by number of observations. Okay, arithmetic mean is sum of all the observations divided by number of observations. Arithmetic mean is denoted by x bar. Arithmetic mean is denoted by x bar. And if you want to write the formula in notations, then x bar is equals to what? x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x4 and so on till xn divided by small n. Okay, this is the formula to find arithmetic mean. Clear? Now this n is what? Number of observations. This small n is what? Number of observations. This x1, x2, x3, these are all what? Values of individual observations. Okay, this is the formula to find arithmetic mean if discrete data is given. If discrete data is given, then the formula to find arithmetic mean is what? Sum of all the observations divided by number of observations. You can also write it in notations as summation of xi divided by n. Summation of xi divided by n. Okay, if simple frequency distribution is there, okay, if they are asking the arithmetic mean of simple frequency distribution, then what is the formula? The formula to find arithmetic mean of simple frequency distribution is summation of fi xi divided by capital N. Okay, summation of fi xi divided by capital N, where capital N is what? Summation of frequency. Capital N is summation of frequency. Okay, I hope all of you are with me and you are understanding each and everything till now. Now see, if group frequency distribution is given, then also you have to use the same formula. There are three types of things: discrete data, then simple frequency distribution, and group frequency distribution. Most of the questions which they will ask in exam will be from what? Discrete data. Okay, but you should know the formula for simple frequency distribution and group frequency distribution also. So the formula to find arithmetic mean of simple frequency distribution or group frequency distribution is what? Summation of fi xi divided by capital N, where capital N is what? Summation of frequency. Okay, and in case of group frequency distribution, this xi is what? This xi is what? Mid values of the class interval. Okay, this xi is what? Mid values of the class interval. All these things are written in our notes. Xi is the class mark in case of group frequency distribution. Okay, now we are starting with properties of arithmetic mean. What is the first property of arithmetic mean? Quickly tell me, what is the first property of arithmetic mean? If all the observations present in the data set have same values, then arithmetic mean is equal to value of individual observation. Okay, if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then arithmetic mean is equal to the value of individual observation. I am asking you one question. I want answers from all of you for this. Let's say there are 10 observations and the value of all the observations is 20. Okay, there are total 10 observations and the value of each of the observations is 20. Then tell me what is the arithmetic mean. Quickly tell me what is the answer. There are 10 observations and the value of each of the observations is 20. So what is the arithmetic mean? 20. Okay, so if all observations present in the data set have same values, then arithmetic mean is equal to the value of individual observation. Okay, second property is summation of xi minus x bar is equals to 0. Okay, if you are finding summation of xi minus x bar, it is equals to 0. And in case of simple frequency distribution or group frequency distribution, what we will say, summation of fi multiplied by in brackets xi minus x bar is equals to 0. Summation of xi minus x bar is equals to 0 in case of discrete data, and in case of simple frequency distribution or group frequency distribution, summation of fi multiplied by xi minus x bar is equals to 0. Okay, first I am covering the properties of arithmetic mean and then I will take the questions also. Okay, now the third properties, this third property is very, very important. You can expect one question from this property. Definitely they will ask one question from this property in exam. So the third property of arithmetic mean is arithmetic mean gets affected due to both change of origin as well as change of scale. Okay, arithmetic mean gets affected due to both change of origin as well as change of scale. Okay, let's say we know the arithmetic mean of x bar is known, and now we are constructing a new variable y, which is y is equals to a plus bx. Then what is the arithmetic mean of y? Y bar is equals to a plus b multiplied by x bar. You can see here. Okay, if we know the arithmetic mean of x and we are constructing a new variable y, which is what? A plus bx, then arithmetic mean of y is what? Y bar is equals to a plus b multiplied by x bar. Wherever y is there, instead of y, what do you have to write? Y bar. And wherever x is there, instead of x, what do you have to write? X bar. And now the last property of arithmetic mean is, if let's say two groups are given and they have given us the number of observations in both the groups and also they have given us the arithmetic mean of both the groups, and now if they ask us to find the combined arithmetic mean, tell me what is the formula to find combined arithmetic mean. What is the formula to find combined arithmetic mean? If there are n1 observations in group 1 and x1 bar is the arithmetic mean of group 1, n2 is the number of observations in group 2 and x2 bar is the arithmetic mean of group 2. And now if you have to find combined arithmetic mean, what is the formula? n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar upon n1 plus n2. Okay, n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar upon n1 plus n2. Clear? I hope all of you are with me and you have understood the formulas and the properties of arithmetic mean. Okay, see, one more thing. If the unit of random variable is, let's say, rupee, then arithmetic mean will also be in rupee. Okay, if unit of random variable is kg, then arithmetic mean is also in kg. Okay, so whatever is the unit of random variable, that same thing is the unit of measure of central tendency. Okay, great. See, I am taking some questions now from study material based on arithmetic mean, and after that I will start with median. We are solving some questions. Wait a second. Great, those who are giving answers, very good. Try to write the answers in the chat box. Okay, this will boost up your confidence. See, this example 14.1.1. Okay, all of you quickly find the answer for this question. You have to find the arithmetic mean. They have given us the daily wages of 9 workers and we have to compute the mean wage. Okay, we have to compute here the mean wage. Which formula we have to use? In this example 14.1.1, which formula we have to use? What is the formula? Summation of xi divided by n. Okay, add the values of all of these observations and divide it by 9. You will get the answer. But the main thing is the final answer will be in what? Rupees. Okay, here these values are in what? Rupees. So the mean wage will also be in what? Rupees. Okay, so if you add all these observations, all of you do it quickly. I hope all of you are having calculator with you. Add all these 9 observations. Okay, add all these 9 observations. 58 plus 62 plus 48 plus 53 plus 70 plus 52 plus 60 plus 84 plus 75. Add all these 9 observations. The addition of these 9 observations is 562. And 562 divided by 9. 562 divided by 9. You will get the answer as 62.44 rupees. Okay, 62.44 rupees is the correct answer. Please comment the answers in chat box. Yeah, 62.44 is the correct answer. Don't write 62.5. Okay, 62.44 is the correct answer. 1 second. I am also doing it on calculator. 562 divided by 9. Yeah, you will get it as 62.4 recurring. So if you are rounding it off up to 2 decimal places, the answer is what? 62.44 rupees. Okay. Now next question. See, I am taking one question of simple frequency distribution. Okay. Or solve this example 14.1.2. Quickly solve this example 14.1.2. This is not of simple frequency distribution. This question is of group frequency distribution. Okay. All of you quickly read this question. So here 5 class intervals are there. 44 to 48, 49 to 53, 54 to 58, 59 to 63, 64 to 68 and 69 to 73. And they have given us the respective frequencies of these class intervals. We have to compute the mean weight. Yes, you have to compute the mean weight. So what is the formula to find arithmetic mean of group frequency distribution? Quickly tell me, what is the formula to find arithmetic mean of group frequency distribution? The formula is summation of Fi multiplied by Xi divided by capital N. Okay, summation of Fi multiplied by Xi divided by capital N. So tell me, what is the Xi values in this question? What are the Xi values in this question? So in this first class interval 44 to 48, okay, in this first class interval 44 to 48, the mid value is what? 46. In this second class interval 49 to 53, mid value is what? 51. In the third class interval 54 to 58, what is the mid value? 56, then 61, 66 and after it 71. Okay, now find summation of Fi multiplied by Xi. Quickly find now summation of Fi multiplied by Xi. Okay, you can find this directly on calculator. How to find this on calculator? See, 46 multiplied by 3. Okay, whatever you are getting it on calculator, store this value on calculator by pressing the M plus button. Okay, first find 46 multiplied by 3 and then store this value on calculator by pressing the M plus button. Then 51 multiplied by 4, again press the M plus button. 56 multiplied by 5, again press M plus button. 61 multiplied by 7, again press M plus button. Then 66 multiplied by 9, again you have to press M plus button, and at last 71 multiplied by 8. You will get 71 multiplied by 8 as what? 568. Okay. Now don't press the M plus button. After doing 71 multiplied by 8, don't press the M plus button. 568 plus, and now then press the MRC button. Okay. 71 multiplied by 8 is what? 568. Then press the plus sign, and after it press the MRC button. This will give you summation of Fi multiplied by Xi. Okay, this will give you summation of Fi multiplied by Xi. And summation of Fi multiplied by Xi, all of you should get this as 2211. Okay, 2211. Summation of Fi multiplied by Xi, all of you should get this thing as 2211. Clear? Now, what is the value of capital N? How to find capital N now? How to find capital N? You have to add all the frequencies. So 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9 plus 8. After adding all these frequencies, you will get the value of capital N. What is the value of capital N here? 36. Okay, total there are 36 students in class. Now 2211 divided by 36. This will give you the final answer. All of you should get the final answer as 61.42 kg. Okay, don't write the answer as just 61.42. You have to write the answer as what? 61.42 kg. Because here the unit is what? Kg. Okay. What is the unit of random variable? Kg. So final answer will also be in what? Kg. Okay. Great. Great. Those who have committed 61.42, very good. Janisha is committed 61.42. Your answer is correct. But it should be what? 61.42 kg. Right? 61.42 kg. Now, I am taking one question based on the property of arithmetic mean. You can open page number 14.7. Okay, page number 14.7. Or even if study material is not with you, you can read the question from the screen and try to get the answer for this question. The mean salary for a group of 40 female workers is 5,200 rupees per month, and that for a group of 60 male workers is 6,800 rupees per month. What is the combined mean salary? Whenever you see this wording in question, combined mean salary, which formula you have to use? If you see the wording combined mean salary, which formula you have to use? you have to use the formula n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar divided by n1 plus n2. Okay, you have to use this formula n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar divided by n1 plus n2. Okay, here what is the value of n1? n1 is 40, and what is x1 bar? x1 bar is 5200. What is n2 in this question? n2 is 60, and what is x2 bar? 6800. Just substitute the values, you will get the answer. Tell me what is the answer for this question. After substituting the values, what answer you are getting? Put n1 as 40, x1 bar as 5200, then n2 as 60 and x2 bar as 6800. You will get the final answer. What is the final answer? Check whether you are getting 6160 rupees or not. All of you check whether you are getting the final answer as 6160 rupees or not. Okay, I hope all of you got the same answer, 6160 rupees. Okay, I am giving you one question now. Please try to get the answer for this. 1 second. X bar is equals to 25. 3y is equals to 10 plus 5x. Find y bar. Find y bar. Yes, those who have got 6160 for the previous question, their answer is correct. 6160 rupees is the correct answer for the combined mean salary. Okay, now please compute the answer for this question. X bar is 25. Okay, 3y is equals to 10 plus 5x, and you have to find the value of y bar. Priyanka, Harini, you have given the correct answer for the previous question. Now try to give the answer for this question. What do you have to do? In this equation, 3y is equals to 10 plus 5x. Okay, wherever y is there, instead of y, what do you have to write now? Y bar. And instead of x, what do you have to write? X bar. 3 multiplied by y bar is equals to 10 plus 5 multiplied by x bar. Substitute the values. So 3 multiplied by y bar is equals to 10 plus 5 multiplied by x bar is what? 25. What you are getting? 10 plus 5 multiplied by 25, which is what? 135. And this 3 will come in division. So y bar is equals to what? 135 divided by 3. Tell me what is the final answer. 135 divided by 3. What is the final answer? 45. Very good. Very good. Those who have given the answer is 45. The answer is correct. Great. Now we are starting with the next measure of central tendency, which is median. Okay. We are starting now with the next measure of central tendency, median. Those who have given the answer 45, the answer is correct. Harini, Janisha, Priyanka, Sneha. Okay, all of your answers are correct. We are starting now with the next measure of central tendency, median. Now see, how to find median for unclassified data. Okay, if a discrete data is given, how to find median? So first you have to check whether number of observations is odd or number of observations is even. Okay, first you have to check whether number of observations is odd or number of observations is even. If number of observations is odd, then median is what? Value of n plus 1 upon 2th observation. Okay, median is basically what? Value of middlemost observation. Okay, so if number of observations is odd, then median is what? Value of n plus 1 upon 2th observation. If number of observations is even, then median is what? Median is arithmetic mean of n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th observation. Okay, arithmetic mean of n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th observation. Okay, you should know this formula. They can ask a simple question based on this. So whenever you have to find median of unclassified data, okay, if you have to find median of discrete data, the first step is what? Arrange the data in ascending order. The first step is you have to arrange the data in ascending order. Then you have to check whether number of observations is odd or number of observations is even. If number of observations is odd, then median is what? Value of n plus 1 upon 2th observation. If number of observations is even, then median is what? Arithmetic mean of n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th observation. Okay, there is also formula for group frequency distribution. Okay, if group frequency distribution is given, then how to find median? They have given the formula for this also, but there is very rare chance of asking this type of question in exam. Okay, so what you can do, you can skip this thing at the time of revision, because there is a very rare chance of asking this question in exam, and even if they ask this question in exam, it will take at least 4 to 5 minutes to get the answer. Okay, so what we are doing, we are covering the questions based on discrete data, because in each of the attempts you will see that most of the questions, okay, around 99% of the questions which they are asking data based on discrete data. Okay, they are not asking any question based on group frequency distribution. So just you should remember this formula, and I will take one question. Okay, I will take one question based on median of group frequency distribution, mode of group frequency distribution at the end of this unit. Okay, for now just remember this formula, that in order to find median of group frequency distribution, what is the formula? L1 plus in brackets n by 2 minus nl upon nu minus nl multiplied by c. Okay, what is the meaning of L1, then n by 2, nl, nu, c? I will explain you all these things at the time of solving the question. Okay, for now just remember this formula. Okay, this thing is not important. Even if you are skipping this at the time of revision, it is fine, because there is very less chance of asking this type of question in exam. But this thing is very, very important. This is very, very important. Okay, first I am taking the properties of median, and then we will solve questions based on median. See, the first property of median is same as the first property of arithmetic mean. First property of median is same as first property of arithmetic mean. It means what? If all the observations present in the data set have same values, then median is equal to the value of individual observation. Okay, if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then median is equal to the value of individual observation. Give me the answer for this question. Let's say there are 50 students, okay, 50 students in class, and all the students have scored 12 marks. Okay, there are 50 students in class and all the students have scored the same marks, which is 12. Then you have to find the median marks. Tell me what is the answer for this. Okay, what is the median marks? There are 50 students in class and all the students have scored same marks, which is 12. Okay, so what is the median marks? Median marks is also 12. Clear? The second property is not that much important. Second property is summation of absolute values of xi minus median of x is minimum. In arithmetic mean, what we have seen, that summation of xi minus x bar is equals to what? 0. In arithmetic mean, we have seen this property, that summation of xi minus x bar is equals to what? 0. But in median, what is the second property? Summation of absolute values of xi minus median of x is what? Minimum. Okay, here we are taking the absolute values, and absolute values of xi minus median of x. Okay, summation of absolute values of xi minus median of x is what? Minimum. This property is not that much important from exam point of view. Third property is very important. Third property of median is same as the third property of arithmetic mean. Okay, median also gets affected due to both change of origin as well as change of scale. So if median of x is known, and if we know the linear relationship between x and y, that y is equals to a plus bx, then how to find median of y? Median of y is equals to a plus b multiplied by median of x. Wherever y is there, instead of y, what do you have to write? Median of y. And wherever x is there, instead of x, what do you have to write? Median of x. Okay. Median also gets affected due to both change of origin as well as change of scale. This a is called as change of origin and this b is called as change of scale. Okay, I hope all of you are able to recall these things. In this y is equals to a plus bx, this a is called as change of origin and this b is called as change of scale. Clear? See, we are solving now some questions based on median, and after that we will start with quartiles, deciles and percentiles. So let me take you to the study material and we'll solve some questions from there. Yeah. One second. I'm taking questions directly from the exercise now. Okay, set B questions. Quickly solve this question number 2. Okay. Page number 14.26, question number 2. What is the median for the following observations? What is the median for the following observations? Arrange this in ascending order. The first step is what? Whenever you see that discrete data is given and you have to find median, the first step is you have to arrange the data in ascending order. After arranging the data in ascending order, then you have to check whether number of observations is odd or even, and then accordingly you have to apply the formula. So first step is arrange this in ascending order. So 4, 5, 6, after this 8, 9, 11. Then check whether number of observations is odd or even. So how many observations are there here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there are 6 observations. Number of observations is even. If number of observations is even, then median is what? Arithmetic mean of n by 2th and n by 2 plus 1th observation. So n by 2 is what here? N by 2 and n by 2 plus 1. N by 2 is what? 6 by 2 is 3. 6 upon 2 is 3. Here n is 6, no? Okay, there are 6 observations. So 6 by 2 is 3 and 6 by 2 is 3. 3 plus 1 is what? 4. Find the arithmetic mean of third and fourth observation. Third observation is 6 and fourth observation is 8. Find arithmetic mean of 6 and 8. Arithmetic mean of 6 and 8 is what? 6 plus 8 divided by 2 is what? 7. Yes, very good. Those who have given the answer 7, their answer is correct. Great. Okay, option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Now, I am taking one more question in which you have to find median. Let me give this question from my side. Quickly write it down. Let's say there are 5 observations. Okay, total there are 5 observations. 7, 6, 5, 4, 10. Find median. This question is also very simple. Quickly find the answer for this. Those who have given the answer 7 for the previous question, their answer is correct. Find median. I have given this question in which number of observations is odd. You have to find median. So again, the first step is what? You have to arrange the data in ascending order. The first step is you have to arrange the data in ascending order. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 10. Now here number of observations is what? Odd. Here n is equals to 5. So median is what? Value of n plus 1 upon 2th observation. Value of n plus 1 upon 2th observation. Okay. Here n plus 1 upon 2 is what? 5 plus 1 is 6. 6 upon 2 is what? 3. So value of third observation. What is the answer? Value of third observation. The answer is 6. Those who have got the answer as 6, their answer is correct. Very good. Okay, those who have given the answer as 6, their answer is correct. No, 3 is not the answer. 3 is not the answer. Okay, n plus 1 upon 2 is what? 3. It means we have to check the value of third observation. And here value of third observation is what? 6. So answer is 6. Okay, don't make silly mistake here. Have you understood this, Harini? Okay, the answer is not 3. The answer is what? 6. N plus 1 upon 2 is what? 3. It means we have to check the value of third observation. After arranging the data set in ascending order, then we have to check the value of third observation. So here the value of third observation is what? 6. Okay, yes. Priyanka, Dhanishri, Harini, now you have given the correct answers. The correct answer is 6. Yes. I am giving you one more question which is based on the property of median. Quickly try to get the answer for this. See, median of x is 12 and linear relationship between x and y is given, that 3x minus 4y plus 5 is equals to 0. You have to find median of y. Okay, you have to find median of y. Quickly solve this. Median of x is 12. 3x minus 4y plus 5 equals to 0. This is the linear relationship between x and y. You have to find median of y. How to solve this question? We already know this thing that median also gets affected due to both change of origin as well as change of scale. So what we have to do? Wherever x is there, okay, instead of x, what we have to write? Median of x. And wherever y is there, instead of y, what we have to write? Median of y. Tell me what is the answer for this question. What is the answer for this question? I hope all of you have clicked the like button. Okay, those who are watching the video, please like this video and also share it with your friends. Okay, those students who are not able to watch it live, they can watch it in recorded mode. So you can share this video with your friends. 3x minus 4y plus 5 equals to 0. You have to find median of y. 10.25. One student has commented the answer 10.25. See what we have to do? 3 multiplied by median of x minus 4 multiplied by median of y plus 5 equals to 0. So 3 multiplied by 12 minus 4 multiplied by median of y plus 5 equals to 0. 3 multiplied by 12 is 36. 36 plus 5 is what? 41. Correct? So minus 4 multiplied by median of y is equals to minus 41. Minus sign will get cancelled. So 41 divided by 4 is what? 10.25. Very good. Those who have got 10.25 as the answer is correct. Great. Now we are starting with quartiles, deciles and percentiles. Okay. See. Again, there are formula to find quartiles, deciles and percentiles in case of unclassified data, and also they have given us the formula to find quartiles, deciles and percentiles in case of frequency distribution. But in exam, they will ask the questions based on unclassified data only. Okay, they will give you the discrete data, unclassified data, and in that you have to find quartile, deciles or percentiles. Okay, see, here also, whenever we have to find quartiles or deciles or percentiles, the first step is what? You have to arrange the data in ascending order. Okay, whenever you see the discrete data and if you have to find median, quartile, deciles or percentage, the first step is what? You have to arrange the data in ascending order. And after arranging the data in ascending order, then you have to apply the formula. So in order to find quartiles, what is the formula? See, pth quartile, the value of pth quartile is value of n plus 1 upon 4 multiplied by pth observation. Quartiles basically divides the data into 4 parts. Okay, there are 3 quartiles. There are 3 quartiles, Q1, Q2 and Q3. But quartiles divides data into how many parts? 4 parts. Clear? And what is the formula to find quartile? Value of n plus 1 upon 4 multiplied by pth observation. Clear? Second quartile is also called as median. Okay, second quartile is also called as median because second quartile basically means what? Middlemost observation. Okay, second quartile basically means what? Middlemost observation, and middlemost observation is called as median. So second quartile is same as median. Okay. Now, what is the formula to find deciles? The formula to find deciles is value of, okay, n plus 1 upon 10 multiplied by pth observation. Now, instead of 4, what we will write in denominator? 10. Quartiles divides the data into 4 parts. So here we were writing 4 in denominator. Deciles divides the data into 10 parts. So because of this, we are writing 10 in the denominator. Okay. So this is the formula to find pth decile. Now, tell me what is the formula to find pth percentile. Percentile divides the data into how many parts? 100 parts. So what we have to write in denominator now? 100. Okay. So value of n plus 1 upon 100 multiplied by pth observation. Okay. And this note I have already explained that whenever we have to find quartiles, decile or percentage, the first step is what? We have to arrange the data in ascending order. Okay. This formula is not that much important. You can skip this. But I am just taking the formula. There is no need to solve any question based on this thing. Okay. So the formula to find quartile in case of group frequency distribution. Okay. If let's say group frequency distribution is given and then we have to find quartile. The formula is what? L1 plus in brackets Pn upon 4 minus NL upon NU minus NL multiplied by C. Okay. See, in the formula of median, what we have written in the formula of median, we have written here n by 2. But in the formula of quartiles, what we are writing, instead of writing n by 2, what we are writing here, P multiplied by n upon 4. If they are asking us second quartile, then we have to put value of P as what? 2. And 2 multiplied by n upon 4 is what? N by 2. Okay. If they are asking third quartile, then we have to put value of P as 3. If they are asking us first quartile, then we have to put value of P as 1. I hope all of you have understood this thing. Now, what is the formula to find pth decile? Just instead of P multiplied by n upon 4, now what we have to write? P multiplied by n upon 10. Okay, P multiplied by n upon 10. And in case of percentiles, okay, in case of percentiles, what we have to write now? P multiplied by n upon 100. P multiplied by n upon 100. This thing is not important from exam point of view. Okay, there is very rare chance of asking questions based on group frequency distribution. What is important from exam point of view? Formulas which are based on discrete data. Okay, but you can easily remember this formula because we have already seen the formula for median. What is the formula for median? L1 plus in brackets n by 2 minus NL upon NU minus NL multiplied by C. So in this formula of median, what we have to do, instead of n by 2, what we have to write? P multiplied by n by 4 for quartiles, and for deciles, what we have to write? P multiplied by n upon 10. And for percentage, what we have to write? P multiplied by n upon 100. Okay. I am taking one question in which we have to find quartiles, percentage and deciles. Open page number 14.12. Okay, page number 14.12. Solve this example. All of you quickly solve this example. By solving this example, we will cover quartiles, deciles and percentage. Quickly read this example and try to get the answer for first quartile, 6th decile and 82nd percentile. The first step is we have to arrange the data in ascending order. Okay, discrete data is given. This is discrete data. So whenever you see discrete data, the first step is what? You have to arrange the data in ascending order. After arranging the data in ascending order, then you have to apply the formula. Okay, see here, what is the smallest value? 50. After 50, what will come? 56. 50, then 56, after that 65, then 75, after that again 75. There are two observations whose value is 75. We have to write 75 for 2 times. After this, what we have to write now? 80. Okay, 80, then 82, 82, after this 90, then 120, and at last 130. Correct? Now, tell me, how many observations are there? How many observations are there? Here, what is the value of n? Total, how many observations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, value of n is 10. Total, there are 10 observations. What they have asked? They have asked us to find first quartile. What is the formula to find pth quartile? Value of n plus 1 upon 4 multiplied by p. So put value of n as 10 and put value of p as 1. Okay, because we have to find first quartile, you have to put value of p as 1. So n plus 1 upon 4. 10 plus 1 is what? 11. 10 plus 1 upon 4 multiplied by 1. What you are getting? 2.75. This is not the answer. This is not the answer. First quartile is what? Value of 2.75th observation. First quartile is value of 2.75th observation. Value of second observation is 56. Value of third observation is 65. So answer will lie between 56 and 65. So how to find the answer here? See, value of second observation is 56 plus decimal part is 0.75 multiplied by. Find the difference between third observation and second observation. 65 minus 56 is what? 9. What is the final answer? You will get the final answer 62.75. Okay, 62.75. But don't write just 62.75. The answer is what? 62.75 rupees. How many of you have got this answer? 62.75 rupees. Don't make mistake here. The answer is not 2.75. In order to confuse you, what they can do, they can give one of the options as 2.75. But 2.75 is not the answer. First quartile is what? Value of 2.75th observation. And how to find value of 2.75th observation? Second observation plus 0.75 multiplied by third observation minus second observation. So we will get the final answer as 62.75. Okay, rupees. The answer is in rupees. Why? Because random variable unit is also rupees. So final answer is also in rupees. Okay. Now quickly find sixth decile. All of you now quickly find sixth decile. How to find sixth decile now? What is the formula to find pth decile? Value of n plus 1 upon 10 multiplied by pth observation. Put value of n as 10. So 10 plus 1 upon 10 multiplied by. Here we have to put value of p as what? 6. So what you are getting? 10 plus 1 is 11. 11 upon 10 is 1.1. 1.1 multiplied by 6 is what? 6.6. Find the value of 6.6th observation. What is the value of 6th observation here? What is the value of 6th observation? 80. Right, 80 plus 0.6 multiplied by 7th observation minus 6th observation. So 82 minus 80 is what? 2. What is the final answer here? The final answer is 81.2 rupees. 81.2 rupees. Correct? And at last now what we have to find? P82. It means we have to find the value of 82nd percentile. What is the formula to find pth percentile? Value of n plus 1 upon 100 multiplied by pth observation. Put value of n as 10. So 10 plus 1 upon 100 multiplied by p is what here? 82. So 10 plus 1 is what? 11. 11 upon 100 is what? 0.11. 0.11 multiplied by 82 is 0.11 multiplied by 82, which is what? 9.02. So you have to find the value of 9.02th observation. Now see here, 9th observation is what? The value of 9th observation is 120. Write 120 plus 0.02 multiplied by 10th observation minus 9th observation. 10th observation is 130, 9th observation is 120. 130 minus 120 is what? 10. So what is the final answer here? 120.2 rupees. The final answer. I hope all of you have got the same answers. Okay. Sixth decile is not 8.12. It is 81.2 rupees. Okay. I think you have made some silly mistake there by writing the answer. The correct answer is 81.2 rupees. And 82nd percentile is what? 120.2 rupees. Okay. Now we are moving to the next measure of central tendency, which is mode. Okay, the next measure of central tendency which we are covering is now mode. It is the simplest of all the measures of central tendency because you can get the answer orally. Okay, for the questions which are based on mode. Let's say if they give a discrete data and they are asking us to find the mode, you can get the answer orally for this. What is the formula or what is the meaning of the term mode? Mode means what? Observation which is repeating maximum number of times. Okay, so if discrete data is given, then how to find mode? We have to check which observation is repeating maximum number of times. You can see here, mode is the observation which is repeating maximum number of times. If let's say frequency distribution is given, then how to find mode? If simple frequency distribution is given, how to find mode? We have to check which observation has the highest frequency. Okay, if simple frequency distribution is given, then how to find mode? We have to check which observation has the highest frequency. Okay. And if group frequency distribution is given, then how to find mode? There is one formula which you have to remember. L1 plus in brackets F0 minus F minus 1 upon 2F0 minus F minus 1 minus F1 multiplied by C. You have to remember this formula. They can ask question based on this result. Okay, there is a very less chance of asking question based on a median of group frequency distribution or arithmetic mean of group frequency distribution. But ICI have already tested around 2 to 3 questions based on this result. So all of you have to remember this result. It is very important from exam point of view, and you can get the answer in less time here. Okay, it will not take much time to find the answer of mode of group frequency distribution. Okay, just you should know this formula. What is the formula? L1 plus in brackets F0 minus F minus 1 upon 2F0 minus F minus 1 minus F1 multiplied by C. See here, F0 means what? Frequency of modal class. F minus 1 means what? Frequency of pre-modal class. And F1 means what? Frequency of post-modal class. C means what? Class length of modal class. And L1 is what? Lower class boundary of the modal class. Okay, I will take one question based on this result also. First I am covering the properties of mode, and after that we will see questions based on mode. The first property of mode is same as the first property of arithmetic mean. What was the first property of arithmetic mean? Already we have seen first property of arithmetic mean. So what was the first property of arithmetic mean? That if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then arithmetic mean is equal to the value of individual observation. So same property applies for mode also. That if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then mode is equal to the value of individual observation. Okay. And the third property of arithmetic mean also applies for mode. That mode also gets affected due to change of origin as well as change of scale. Okay, mode also gets affected due to both change of origin as well as change of scale. Let's say we know mode of x, and also we know the linear relationship between x and y. Okay, mode of x is known, and linear relationship between x and y is y equals to a plus bx. Then how to find mode of y? What we have to do, wherever y is there, instead of y, what we have to write? Mode of y. And instead of x, what we have to write? Mode of x. Okay, I am taking now some questions based on mode from study material. And also there is one relationship between mean, median and mode. You have to remember this relationship, that mean minus mode is equals to 3 times mean minus median. This is very, very important. There is a high chance of asking question based on this relationship. Okay, what is the relationship between mean, median and mode? Mean minus mode is equals to 3 times mean minus median, or you can also remember this relationship as mode is equals to 3 median minus 2 mean. Okay, you can remember it like this way. Mean minus mode is equals to 3 times in bracket mean minus median, or you can remember it like this way. Mode is equals to 3 median minus 2 mean. But this relationship holds only for moderately skewed distribution. Okay, the above relationship holds only for moderately skewed distribution. Okay, I am taking some questions now based on mode from study material. See this example 14.11. Example 14.11. All of you quickly read this example. For a moderately skewed distribution of marks in statistics for a group of 200 students, mean mark and median mark were found to be 55.6 and 52.40. So they have given us the mean. Mean is what? 55.6, and median is also given. Median is what? 52.4. What they have asked? Modal mark. Which formula you have to use? You can use this formula. Mode is equals to 3 median minus 2 mean. Just now we have seen this formula, that mode is equals to what? 3 median minus 2 mean. Substitute the values, you will get the answer. So 3 multiplied by median is what? 52.4 minus 2 times mean is what? 55.6. After solving this, you will get the final answer as 46. Okay, check whether all of you are getting the same answer or not. All of you should get the answer as 46. This is a simple question based on the formula. Okay, if you know the formula, you can get the answer. If you are not able to recall the formula, then you cannot get the answer for this type of questions. Okay, so statistics is basically based on the properties and formulas. So you should remember all the properties and formulas. And what you can do after our revision session, okay, on your exam day, you can quickly go through all the properties and formulas of statistics. Clear? Now solve this example 14.1.12. Example 14.1.12. Yes, those who have got the answer 46, their answer is correct. Very good. Now solve this example 14.1.12. The linear relationship between x and y is given. Mode of x is given. You have to find mode of y. Y is equals to 2 plus 1.5x. So wherever y is there, instead of y, what you have to write? Mode of y. Mode of y is equals to 2 plus 1.5 multiplied by. Instead of x now, what you have to write? Mode of x. So 2 plus 1.5 multiplied by, what is mode of x here? 15. What is the final answer? 1.5 multiplied by 15 is what? 22.5, and 2 plus 22.5 is what? 24.5. This is the answer. You can expect this type of questions in exam. I have already told you many times in class itself that the 40 questions of statistics you can solve in half an hour. Okay, it will not take you more than 30 minutes to solve all the 40 questions of statistics. So what should be your approach? Your approach in examination hall should be, after getting the question paper, you should first mark the questions which are based on statistics and try to get the answers for those questions. If you see any question in statistics which is based on group frequency distribution, then leave that question. And if time permits, you can solve that question at the end. Okay. Don't waste your time in solving the questions which are lengthy questions, which are difficult questions. Okay. You have to skip those questions at first. Your target should be to solve at least 55 to 60 questions in the initial 1 hour. And that is possible only by solving all the 40 questions of statistics. Then you can take questions of mathematics of finance, because most of the questions of mathematics of finance you can solve directly on calculator. And after that, you can take some 7-8 questions from logical reasoning, or you can take some of the questions from business mathematics which are very, very simple. Okay, like questions from equations chapter, questions from ratio, proportion, indices, logarithm, questions from sequence and series, like that. Okay, great. I am taking now, see, one more question from the exercise. Yes, tell me what is the answer for this third question. Quickly tell me what is the answer for this. What is the modal value? Okay, what is the modal value for the numbers 5, 8, 6, 4, 10, 15, 18, 10? You can give the answer orally for this question. Discrete data is given. Okay, they have provided us the discrete data and we have to find the mode. So how to find mode of discrete data? We have to check which observation is occurring maximum number of times. So here this observation 10 is occurring maximum number of times. What is the answer? Option B. Okay. Try one more question. You can try question number 9. Okay, already we have solved questions based on quartiles, percentages and deciles. Quickly try to get the answer for question number 9. Question number 9. Try to solve this question. You have to find third decile. D3. You have to find third decile for the numbers 15, 10, 20, 25, 18, 11, 9, 12. The questions which are there in set B, okay, in your study material, all those questions which are given in set B and set A data are extremely important. You cannot leave single question. Okay. So what we are doing, I am taking around 70-80% questions in class itself. Okay, in this marathon revision class, I am taking around 70 to 80% questions from set A and set B, and remaining questions you can do it from your end. But don't leave single question from set A and set B, because most of the questions in statistics are getting repeated from set A and set B only. Okay, and many of times they are not even changing the values. Okay, they are asking exact same questions. Any of you have got the answer for this question? Question number 9. Quickly arrange the data in ascending order. All of you quickly arrange this data in ascending order. So smallest value is 9. After that 9, what we have tried? 10, 9, 10, then 11, 12. After 12, what will come then? 15, 18, 15, 18, 20 and 25. Correct? Now tell me, total how many observations are there? Total how many observations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 observations. What is the formula to find pth decile? What is the formula to find pth decile? Value of n plus 1 upon 10 multiplied by pth observation. Substitute the values. 8 plus 1. Here value of n is what? 8. So 8 plus 1 upon 10 multiplied by what they have asked? Third decile. So you have to put value of PS3. 8 plus 1 is what? 9. 9 upon 10, 0.9. 0.9 multiplied by 3 is what? 2.7. 2.7 is not the answer. Most of the students make mistake here also. 2.7 is not the answer. You have to find value of 2.7th observation. Understood? What is the value of second observation here? 10. So 10 plus 0.7 multiplied by third observation minus second observation. What is 11 minus 10? 1. Final answer is 10.7. Which option is correct? Option B. Okay. The correct answer is option B. Quickly try now question number 16. Question number 16. All of you now try question number 16. Two variables x and y are given by y equals to 2x minus 3. So linear relationship between x and y is given. Median of x is also given, which is 20. You have to find median of y. You have to find median of y. Very simple question. What you have to do? wherever y is there, instead of y, what you have to write? Median of y. And wherever x is there, instead of x, what you have to write? Median of x. Tell me which option is correct. Which option is correct? What is the answer for question number 16? 37. Yes. Very good. The answer for question number 16 is 37. You can do these questions orally. What you have to do here, see, instead of x, what we have to write? Median of x. And median of x is given in question 20. So 2 multiplied by 20 is what? 40, and 40 minus 3 is what? 37. This is the answer. Okay. Yes, those have given the answer 39. The answer is correct. Very good. Now solve question number 18th. Question number 18th. X and y are related by x minus y minus 10 equals to 0. Mode of x is known to be 23. You have to find the mode of y. Again, what we have to do here, wherever x is written instead of x, what we have to write? Mode of x. And wherever y is written instead of y, what we have to write? Mode of y. Tell me what is the answer for question number 18th. What is the answer for question number 18? You can write it as mode of x minus mode of y minus 10 equals to 0. And now mode of x is given in question, which is what? 23. So 23 minus mode of y minus 10 equals to 0. 23 minus 10 is what? 13. Correct? 23 minus 10 is 13. So minus mode of y is equals to minus 13. So what is the answer? Mode of y is equals to 13. Minus sign will get cancelled. So what is the answer? 13. Okay. All these questions are very, very simple questions. Mark this question now as important. Question number 15th. Okay, this question is also simple only, but instead of giving the information in table, they have given it in statement form. All of you read this question number 15th. If a variable assumes the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with frequencies as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what is the arithmetic mean? They have not given us the table here. Instead of giving the table, what they have given? They have given the complete information in statement form. Tell me which formula we have to use to get the answer for question number 15th. Which formula we have to use? Here frequencies are given. So definitely we have to use the formula of arithmetic mean of frequency distribution. Okay. And there is only one formula. What is the formula to find arithmetic mean of frequency distribution? Summation of fi xi multiplied by capital N. Okay. All of you quickly use this formula. You will get the answer. Use this formula. Xi and fi is given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and fi is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tell me what is fi multiplied by xi here. 1 multiplied by 1 is 1, 2 multiplied by 2 is 4, 3 multiplied by 3 is 9, 4 multiplied by 4 is 16, and 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. So summation of fi multiplied by xi, 1 plus 4 plus 9 plus 16 plus 25 divided by capital N. Okay, capital N. Capital N means what? Summation of frequency. Add all these frequencies. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. What you are getting? 15. Correct? Okay. Tell me what is the final answer. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 9 is 14. 14 plus 16 is 30. 30 plus 25 is 55. So 55 divided by 15. 55 divided by 15 is what? 11 by 3. 11 by 3. Option A. Great. Yes, those who have given 11 by 3 as the answer, their answer is correct. Very good. 11 by 3 is the correct answer. 11 by 3. You can try one more question. You can try one more question. Question number 1. Try to give the answer orally for this question. Set B, question number 1. Set B, question number 1. If there are 3 observations, 15, 20, 25, sum of deviation of the observations from their arithmetic mean is. They have asked us to find sum of deviation of the observations from their arithmetic mean. Sum of deviation of the observations from their arithmetic mean. Which option is correct? Which option is correct? This question number 1 is based on the property of arithmetic mean. Okay. We already know this thing that summation of xi minus x bar is equals to what? 0. Which option is correct? Option A. Very good. Those who are able to give the answers for these questions, you can expect similar type of questions in exam. Okay. It will boost your confidence. If you are getting the answers for all these questions, it should boost your confidence because similar questions they will test in exam. Now see, we are starting with geometric mean and harmonic mean. Okay, geometric mean and harmonic mean. I will take some more questions based on mean, median and mode, but first I am completing geometric mean and harmonic mean, and after that I will take the remaining questions from set A and set B. Okay. First tell me, what is the formula to find geometric mean? What is the formula to find geometric mean? So geometric mean is what? Product of all the observations to the power 1 by number of observations. Okay. You have to first find product of all the observations, and what is there in the power? 1 by n. Okay, 1 by number of observations. So this is the formula to find geometric mean. If you want to write this in notations, how to write this in notations? x1 multiplied by x2 multiplied by x3 and so on till xn whole to the power 1 by n. Okay, this is the formula to find geometric mean. If frequency distribution is given, okay, if let's say frequency distribution is given, then how to find geometric mean? The formula becomes now x1 to the power f1 multiplied by x2 to the power f2 multiplied by x3 to the power f3 and so on till xn to the power fn whole to the power 1 by capital N, and capital N is what? Summation of frequency. There is very less chance of asking question based on this formula, okay, but they can ask a simple question based on this result. Okay, I have already told you most of the questions which ICI ask in exam is from discrete data, and there is very less chance of asking questions based on frequency distribution. But even if they ask, you should, if you know the formula, you can solve those questions also. Okay, so the formula to find geometric mean of simple frequency distribution is x1 to the power f1 multiplied by x2 to the power f2 multiplied by x3 to the power f3 and so on till xn to the power fn and whole to the power 1 by capital N, and this capital N is what? Summation of frequency. Okay, see, I am taking now properties of geometric mean. So first property of geometric mean is same as the first property of arithmetic mean. If all the observations present in the data set have same values, then geometric mean is equal to the value of individual observation. Okay, let's say there are 5 observations and the value of each of the observations is 20. So geometric mean is also equals to 20. Okay, there are 5 observations and value of each of the observations is 20. And now if they ask us to find geometric mean, so geometric mean is what? 20. Okay, the second property is also very simple. See, geometric mean of x is known, geometric mean of y is known. There are 2 variables x and y, and we know the geometric mean of x and also we know the geometric mean of y. Now let's say another variable is constructed z, and z is equals to what? X multiplied by y. Okay, z is equals to x multiplied by y. So now how to find geometric mean of z? What we have to do? In this equation z is equals to xy. Instead of z, what we have to write now? Geometric mean of z. Instead of x, what we have to write? Geometric mean of x. And instead of y, what we have to write? Geometric mean of y. Okay, so if z is equals to x multiplied by y, if z is equals to x multiplied by y, then geometric mean of z is equals to geometric mean of x multiplied by geometric mean of y. Okay, now instead of x multiplied by y, let's say it is x upon y. Okay, we are constructing a new variable z, which is what? X upon y. So geometric mean of z is equals to what now? Geometric mean of x divided by geometric mean of y. Okay, third property is y is equals to k multiplied by x. This x is one variable and this y is the another variable. Okay, from this variable x we are constructing a new variable y, and this k is what? Constant. So y is equals to k multiplied by x. Geometric mean of x is known. So how to find geometric mean of y? Geometric mean of y is equals to what? K multiplied by geometric mean of x. Okay, geometric mean of y is equals to what? K multiplied by geometric mean of x. And the last property is log of geometric mean. Okay, logarithm of geometric mean is equals to arithmetic mean of log of individual observations. Okay, log of geometric mean is equals to arithmetic mean of log of individual observations. In our class, okay, in our regular class, already I have given you the complete proof for this result. Okay, but now for exam purpose, just remember this result, that log of geometric mean is equals to arithmetic mean of log of individual observations. Okay, I am giving you some questions based on these properties. Try to get the answers for these questions. Geometric mean of x is 20. Geometric mean of y is, let's say, 10. Z is equals to x multiplied by y. Tell me what is geometric mean of z. And if z is equals to x upon y, then tell me what is geometric mean of z. Quickly tell me what is the answer for this question. Try to give the answer orally for this. Geometric mean of x is given 20. Geometric mean of y is also given, which is 10. Z is equals to x multiplied by y. You have to find geometric mean of z. What is the answer for this? 20 multiplied by 10, which is what? 200. Okay, geometric mean of x multiplied by geometric mean of y. So 20 multiplied by 10 is what? 200. And what is the answer for this? Z is equals to x upon y, and we have to find now geometric mean of Z. So geometric mean of Z is what? Geometric mean of x divided by geometric mean of y. So 20 upon 10 is what? 2. Here the answer is 2. Clear? Okay. Solve now this question. Y is equals to 3x. Okay, y is equals to 3x. Geometric mean of x is 5. Find geometric mean of y. Try to give the answer orally for this. Y is equals to 3x. Geometric mean of x is 5. You have to find geometric mean of y. What is the answer? Correct answer is 15. Okay, geometric mean of y is equals to, this 3 is constant here. Okay, this 3 is constant. So 3 multiplied by geometric mean of x. 3 multiplied by 5 is what? 15. This is the answer. Clear? Okay. And this property is very important. All of you should remember this result, that log of geometric mean is equals to arithmetic mean of log of individual observations. So summation of log xi divided by n. The log of geometric mean is equals to arithmetic mean of log of individual observations. Okay, this thing is what? Arithmetic mean of log of individual observations. Okay. Now we are starting with the next measure, harmonic mean. Okay, harmonic mean. What is the formula to find harmonic mean? What is the formula to find harmonic mean? The formula to find harmonic mean is number of observations divided by sum of reciprocals of individual observations. Okay, the formula to find harmonic mean is number of observations. In numerator, what will come? Number of observations, which is denoted by n. And what will come in the denominator? Sum of reciprocals of individual observations. How to write this in notations? 1 upon x1 plus 1 upon x2 plus 1 upon x3 and so on. Or you can write it as summation of 1 by xi. Okay, this is the formula to find harmonic mean. If a simple frequency distribution is given, then how to find harmonic mean? If a simple frequency distribution is given, then how to find harmonic mean? Instead of small n now, what we have to write in numerator? Capital N. And what will come in denominator? Summation of fi fi by xi. Okay, what will come in denominator? Summation of fi by xi. Okay, this is the formula. Harmonic mean is equals to capital N divided by summation of fi by xi. Summation of fi by xi means what? f1 by x1 plus f2 by x2 plus f3 by x3 and so on till fn by xn. Okay, and this capital N means what? Summation of frequency. Clear? These are also the results which are helpful to solve the questions in exam. That if let's say only 2 observations are there, okay, and they are asking us to find the harmonic mean of 2 observations, then you can directly use this formula, 2ab upon a plus b. Okay, let's say first observation is a and second observation is b. First observation is a and second observation is b. Then harmonic mean of these 2 observations is what? 2ab upon a plus b. Okay, twice ab upon a plus b. There is one question in set B that they will provide you with the 2 speeds, okay, and they will ask you to find average speed. So whenever they ask average speed, then you have to use this formula. Okay, remember this thing, that whenever average speed is asked in question, you have to use this formula, 2ab upon a plus b. Okay, I am taking that question from set B, and this question they have asked many times in exam. Question number 14. Question number 14. Aeroplane flies from A to B at the rate of 500 km per hour and comes back from B to A at the rate of 700 km per hour. You have to find average speed. Whenever you see this wording, average speed, it means you have to use this formula, 2ab upon a plus b. Basically, you have to find harmonic mean of 500 and 700. Don't find arithmetic mean of 500 and 700. It will give you wrong answer. Okay. Average speed. Okay. In order to find average speed, you have to find harmonic mean of the observations. So find harmonic mean of 500 and 700. And in order to find harmonic mean of 2 observations, you can directly use this result, 2ab upon a plus b. So 2 multiplied by 500 multiplied by 700 divided by a plus b is what? 500 plus 700 is what? 1200. What is the answer? Tell me which option is correct. Which option is correct? What is the answer for question number 14? I think you should get option number B as the answer. 583.33 kilometers per hour. Okay, mark this question as important. Question number 14 is very, very important. Question number 13th. Solve now this question number 13th. Discrete data is given. Okay, discrete data is given and you have to find harmonic mean. Yes. 583.33 kilometers per hour is the correct answer. Option B. Solve now this question number 13. You have to find harmonic mean of 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3 and so on till 1 by n. What is the formula to find harmonic mean of discrete data? What is the formula? N upon summation of 1 by xi. Okay. N is what? Number of observations. This n is number of observations and this summation of 1 by xi is what? Sum of reciprocals of individual observations. So total how many observations are there? There are n observations. So you have to write n only in the numerator. And summation of 1 by xi. This is what? 1 by x1 plus 1 by x2 plus 1 by x3 and so on. So tell me what is the reciprocal of 1? Reciprocal of 1 is 1 only. Plus reciprocal of 1 by 2 is what? Reciprocal of 1 by 2 is what? 2. Now tell me what is the reciprocal of 1 by 3? Reciprocal of 1 by 3 is what? 3. Reciprocal of 1 by 4 is what? 4 and so on. Till reciprocal of 1 by n is what? Reciprocal of 1 by n is what? N. I hope all of you have understood this step. Yes, option C is correct. Very good. Those have given option C as the answer. The answer is correct. 2 upon n plus 1. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on till n. What will come in the denominator? 1 plus 2 plus 3 and so on till n. This is sum of first n natural numbers. And already we know the formula for this thing. What is sum of first n natural numbers? N multiplied by n plus 1 by 2. Okay. So n upon n multiplied by n plus 1 upon 2. See, this n will get cancelled. Okay, this n will get cancelled. And this 2 will come in the numerator. What is the final answer? The final answer is 2 upon n plus 1. Final answer is 2 upon n plus 1. Option C is the correct answer. Very good. Those who have got the answer option C 2 upon n plus 1, their answer is correct. Question number 12 is also very important. We have already seen one question in which we have to find combined mean salary. Okay, combined arithmetic mean. This question number 12 is based on the concept of combined harmonic mean. Okay. So first tell me what is the formula of combined harmonic mean. Let's say there are two groups. Okay. There are n1 observations in group 1 and h1 is the harmonic mean of group 1. There are n2 observations in group 2 and h2 is the harmonic mean of group 2. So how to find combined harmonic mean? Okay, what is the formula to find combined harmonic mean? The formula to find combined harmonic mean is n1 plus n2 whole divided by n1 by h1 plus n2 by h2. You have to learn this formula. Okay, the formula of combined harmonic mean is n1 plus n2 divided by n1 by h1 plus n2 by h2. Okay, I am taking one question based on this result. Quickly solve this question number 12. I want answers from all of you for this question number 12. There are two groups with 75 and 65 as harmonic means. So group 1 harmonic mean is 75, group 2 harmonic mean is 65. Number of observations in group 1 is 15, number of observations in group 2 is 13. You have to find combined harmonic mean. Apply the formula and substitute the values, you will get the answer. What is the formula? See, I am writing here. n1 plus n2 divided by n1 by h1 plus n2 by h2. Substitute the values. n1 plus n2 is what here? 15 plus 13 divided by n1 by h1. So 15 divided by 75 plus n2 by h2 is what? 13 divided by 65. Okay. Now 15 plus 13 is what? 28 divided by. We can find the value of this thing on calculator. 15 by 75 is what? 1 by 5, which is 0.2. And 13 by 65 is again 1 by 5, which is what? 0.2. You can find these values on calculator. 15 by 75. Directly find this value on calculator. 15 divided by 75. You will get it as 0.2. 13 divided by 65. Again, this is 0.2. So 0.2 plus 0.2 is what? 0.4. Now 28 divided by 0.4. What is the answer? 70. Which option is correct? Option C. Okay. Option C is the correct answer. I hope all of you have understood this question number 12. Okay. There is one more property of harmonic mean. that if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then harmonic mean is equal to the value of individual observation. Okay, if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then harmonic mean is equal to the value of individual observation. Let's say there are 10 observations and the value of each of the observations is 100. Okay, there are total 10 observations and value of each of the observations is 100. Then harmonic mean is what? 100. Okay. Now, these two relationships are also very important. These two relationships are also very important. The first relationship between arithmetic mean, geometric mean and harmonic mean is G square is equals to A multiplied by H. Okay, G square means what? Square of geometric mean, and A multiplied by H means what? Product of arithmetic mean and harmonic mean. Okay, so geometric mean square. Okay, square of geometric mean is equals to product of arithmetic mean and harmonic mean. This result is very important. The second result is arithmetic mean is greater than or equals to geometric mean is greater than or equals to harmonic mean. Okay, but let's say if observations present in the data set have distinct values, if observations which are present in the data set have distinct values, different values, then this inequality becomes arithmetic mean greater than geometric mean greater than harmonic mean. Understood? If all the observations present in the data set have distinct values, then arithmetic mean is greater than geometric mean is greater than harmonic mean. If all the observations present in the data set have same values, then arithmetic mean is equals to geometric mean is equals to harmonic mean. Okay, if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then AM equals to GM equals to HM. Clear? And the normal result is what? If nothing is mentioned, that whether all the observations are same or all the observations are distinct, then what we can say? Arithmetic mean is greater than or equals to geometric mean is greater than or equals to harmonic mean. Okay? And I've already told you this thing, that unit of measure of central tendency is same as the unit of random variable. If let's say unit of random variable is kg, then unit of measure of central tendency is also kg. If unit of measure of central tendency is kilometer, then if unit of random variable is kilometer, then unit of measure of central tendency is also kilometer, like that way. The unit of measure of central tendency is same as unit of random variable. I'm taking some questions based on the result geometric mean square is equals to product of arithmetic mean and harmonic mean. Quickly solve this question number 6. Solve question number 6. If the arithmetic mean and geometric mean for two numbers are 6.5 and 6 respectively, then the two numbers are. What you can do here? This question number 6 is not based on the result geometric mean square is equals to product of arithmetic mean and harmonic mean. You can solve this question number 6 directly from the options. You have to check which option is satisfying both the conditions. Now see here, I am checking option number A. If you are finding the arithmetic mean of 6 and 7, what you will get? 6.5. Okay, arithmetic mean of 6 and 7 is what? 6 plus 7 divided by 2. So 13 upon 2 is what? 6.5. And geometric mean of 6 and 7 is what? 6 multiplied by 7 is what? 42. And square root of 42. Okay, how to find geometric mean of 6 and 7? First, you have to multiply 6 and 7, and what will come in power? 1 by 2. And power 1 by 2 means what? Square root. And square root of 42 is not 6. Okay, square root of 42 is not 6. Definitely option number A is wrong. Now check option B. 9 and 4. If you are taking the two observations as 9 and 4, check arithmetic mean of 9 and 4 is 6.5 or not. So 9 plus 4 is what? 13. 13 upon 2 is what? 6.5. Yes. Arithmetic mean we are getting as 6.5. Now find geometric mean of 9 and 4. 9 multiplied by 4 is what? 36, and square root of 36 is what? 6. So here option B is the correct answer. Okay. Solve now question number 7. This question number 7 is based on the result geometric mean square is equals to arithmetic mean multiplied by harmonic mean. Solve question number 7. Arithmetic mean is given as 5. Harmonic mean is given as 3.2. You have to find geometric mean. To use this result, that geometric mean square is equals to arithmetic mean multiplied by harmonic mean. Arithmetic mean is given as 5, harmonic mean is given as 3.2. Now 5 multiplied by 3.2 is what? 16. Okay, 5 multiplied by 3.2 is 16. So square of geometric mean, okay, square of geometric mean is 16. Tell me, geometric mean is equals to what? Square root of 16 is what? 4. Okay, square root of 16 is 4. Which option is correct? Option D. Those who have given the answer as 9 and 4 for the previous question, okay, their answer is correct. And for question number 7th, the answer is what? 4. Okay. Clear? I am taking one more question from set B. This question number 4th. You have to find geometric mean for 3 observations. Geometric mean for the numbers 8, 24 and 40. The value of first observation is 8. Value of first observation is 8. Value of second observation is 24 and value of third observation is 40. You have to find geometric mean. Tell me what is the formula to find geometric mean? What is the formula to find geometric mean? We already know the formula to find geometric mean is what? Product of all the observations to the power 1 by number of observations. Geometric mean is what? x1 multiplied by x2 multiplied by x3 and so on till xn whole to the power 1 by n. So here there are 3 observations and the values of the 3 observations are what? 8, 24 and 40. So 8 multiplied by 24 multiplied by 40 whole to the power 1 by 3. Okay. Now don't find product of this thing on calculator. Instead of that, what you can do here, see, 8 multiplied by, we can write 24 as what? 8 multiplied by 3, and we can write 40 as what? 8 multiplied by 5. Clear? And this complete thing to the power 1 by 3. Now, see, power 1 by 3 means what? Cube root. Power 1 by 3 means what? Cube root. Now here you can see that 8 is occurring for 3 times. So 8 cube multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5 is what? 15. So 8 cube multiplied by 15 to the power 1 by 3. Now cube root of 8 cube is what? Cube root of 8 cube is what? 8. And cube root of 15 you can write it like this way. This is the answer. 8 multiplied by cube root of 15. Okay. We cannot find cube root directly on calculator. So the better thing is what here? Instead of finding the product of these 3 numbers on calculator, what you have to do? Write 24 as 8 multiplied by 3 and then write 40 as what? 8 multiplied by 5. Now here 8 is occurring for 3 times. So cube root of 8 cube is what? 8. And cube root of 15 you have to write directly as like this way. Which option is correct here? 8 multiplied by cube root of 15. Option C. All of you have understood this thing? So with this we have completed the first unit, measures of central tendency. Okay. I have taken each and every concept of measure of central tendency and also we have solved many of the questions from set B. If you want, you can solve some questions from set A also and you can easily get the answers for this question. See, I am taking some questions from set A also. Question number 14th. Tell me what is the answer for question number 14th. Which of the following result hold for a set of distinct positive observations? All these things we have written in our notes. Just now we have seen this result, that if distinct observations are there in the data set, then which inequality is correct? Option A is correct or option C is correct? Tell me which option is correct here. Here the word distinct is there in the question. Which of the following result holds for a set of distinct positive observations? Which option is correct here? Option C. Arithmetic mean is greater than, geometric mean is greater than harmonic mean. If let's say this word distinct is not there in the question, then which option is correct? Option A. Okay. Question number 16. Tell me what is the answer for question number 16. Quartiles are the values dividing a given set of observations into how many parts? Quartiles divides the data into how many parts? 4 parts. There are 3 quartiles only, Q1, Q2 and Q3. But quartiles divides the data into 4 equal parts. Which option is correct? Option D. Okay. Question number 18th. Question number 18th. Which of the following measure possess mathematical properties? So arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean. Okay. All these possess mathematical properties. The answer is option D. All of this. Arithmetic mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean. Okay. All of these 3 measures of central tendency possess mathematical properties. You have to choose option D as the answer. All of this. Question number 15 is very important. Question number 15. When a firm registers both profit and losses, which of the following measure of central tendency cannot be considered? Let's say they have given us the profit and losses of the company for 2 years. In first year, let's say the profit is 50,000 rupees, and let's say in the second year there was a loss of 20,000. Okay, they have given us the profit and losses of the company for 2 years. In first year, company has earned a profit of 50,000 rupees, and in the second year, company has incurred a loss of 20,000 rupees. Loss means what? You have to write the negative value. Okay, loss means you have to write it as what? Minus 20,000. Now tell me, can we find geometric mean of these 2 observations? No, cannot find geometric mean of these 2 observations, because if you are finding the product of these 2 observations, it will be what? Negative, and you cannot find the square root of negative number. Okay, how to find geometric mean? What is the formula to find geometric mean? Product of all the observations to the power 1 by number of observations. So here, if you are finding the product of these two observations, it is what? Negative, and power is what? 1 by 2. There are only two observations, so power is what? 1 by 2. Can we find the square root of negative number? No, we cannot find square root of negative number. So here, which option is correct? Option B. Okay, if profit and losses, okay, if a firm registers both profit and losses, then we cannot find geometric mean. I hope all of you have understood this. Question number 15th. Question number 12th. Which option is correct? For a moderately skewed distribution, which of the following relationship holds? For a moderately skewed distribution, what is the relationship between mean, median and mode? Mean minus mode is equals to 3 times in bracket mean minus median. Which option is correct? Mean minus mode is equals to 3 times in bracket mean minus median, and after simplifying you will get this as mode is equals to 3 median minus 2 mean. Okay. Question number 8. The most commonly used measure of central tendency is arithmetic mean. The most commonly used measure of central tendency is arithmetic mean. Question number 9. Question number 9. Which one of the following is not uniquely defined? Not uniquely defined means which measure of central tendency can give us more than one answer? So answer is what here? Mode. I am giving you one example. Let's say there are 5 observations and the value of these 5 observations are 5, 8, 8, 5, 10. Now tell me mode is equals to what? Mode is equals to what? There are 5 observations and the values of these 5 observations are 5, 8, 8, 5, 10. Now here you can see that 5 is occurring for 2 times and 8 is also occurring for 2 times. So your answer is what? Mode is 5 as well as 8. Cannot find arithmetic mean of 5 and 8 here. Okay, that will be wrong. The correct answer is what here? 5 and 8. So mode is not uniquely defined. Okay, we can get more than one mode. Option C is the correct answer. I'm taking some more questions. Yeah, question number 3 you can do. Which of the following statement is wrong? Mean is rigidly defined. Mean is not affected due to sampling fluctuations. Mean has some mathematical properties. All of this. See here, definitely option D is wrong. Why option D is wrong? Because mean has mathematical properties. This statement is correct. And they have asked us to find which statement is wrong. So mean has some mathematical properties. Yes, it is correct. So this option C and option D, both of these statements are incorrect. Now from option A and option B, identify which statement is wrong. Mean is rigidly defined, and second statement is what? Mean is not affected due to sampling fluctuations. Mean is not affected due to sampling fluctuations. This statement B is wrong. Okay, mean is affected due to sampling fluctuations. Understood? Okay, I am giving you an example for this. Let's say there were 4 observations, 5, 6, after that 9 and 10. There were 4 observations in the data set. So tell me what is the arithmetic mean of this? 5 plus 6 plus 9 plus 10 divided by 4. What you are getting? 5 plus 6 is 11, 11 plus 9 is 20, 20 plus 10 is what? 30, 30 upon 4 is what? 7.5. Now, let's say sampling fluctuations means what? We are changing the values of any of the observations from the data set. Now, let's say second sample has the observations. Second sample has the observations 5, 5, 9, 12. Instead of 6 now, 5 is there, and instead of 10 now here, 12 is there. Now tell me what is x bar. So 5 plus 5 plus 9 plus 12 divided by 4. 5 plus 5 is 10, 10 plus 9 is 19, 19 plus 12 is what? 31. 31 divided by 4. Now 31 divided by 4, what you will get? 7.75. So mean is getting changed. Okay, due to sampling fluctuations, mean is getting changed. Which option is correct? Option B. Here what they have written, mean is not affected. Okay, but this is wrong. Mean gets affected due to sampling fluctuations. Okay, all these questions are very, very important, and there is no need to learn the answers for these questions. If you know the concepts, you can identify which of the statement is wrong, which of the statement is correct by yourself. Last 2 questions. Question number 5. For open-end classification, which of the following is the best measure of central tendency? Now you have to remember this thing. Open-end classification. Open-ended classification means what? First class interval and the last class interval is not properly defined. Okay, let's say if I am writing the first class interval as less than 100, less than 100, this is not properly defined. If I'm writing the first class interval as less than 100, or if I'm writing, let's say, the last class interval is more than 500. So more than 500 means what? The value can be anything which is more than 500. It can be even 1000, it can be 2000, it can be 3000, it can be 1 lakh, it can be 10 lakh, anything. Less than 100 means what? Here also the value can be anything. Okay, here it can be what? 0, 1, 2, 3, like anything. If I am writing, let's say, the class interval is 10 to 20, it means the class interval is properly defined. But if I am writing it as less than 100 or more than 500, it means the class interval is not properly defined. And this thing is called as open-ended classification. Okay. And for open-ended classifications, which of the following is the best measure of central tendency? Median. Okay. Because median is what? Median is the middlemost value. So when we are finding the median, we are not seeing the extreme observations. Okay. We are not concerned with the values of the extreme observations. So here you have to choose the answer as median. I hope all of you have understood why we are selecting the answer as median for question number 5. Because median is what? Value of middlemost observation. And open-ended classifications. In open-ended classifications, these extreme observations does not have definite values. So in order to find median, we are not concerned with the values of these extreme observations. So for open-ended classification, which measure of central tendency is best? Median. Now you can give the answer for question number 6 also. Presence of extreme observation does not affect scheme. Here answer is what? Median. Option B. I hope now all of you have understood how to get the answer for this type of questions. Okay. The question number 1 is also very simple. They have asked measure of central tendency for given set of observation measures. Measure of central tendency measures central location of the observations. Scatterness means what? Dispersion. Scatterness means dispersion. Central location means measures of central tendency. Okay. So I have taken around 75-80% questions from set A and set B. There is no need to do any of the questions of set C. Okay. Just you have to focus more on set A and set B questions. So with this we have completed the first unit. I have taken many questions also and we have covered the first unit, measures of central tendency. Now I am starting with the second unit, which is dispersion. See, there are 2 more results which I have written in our notes, but these results are not that much important. Weighted arithmetic mean and weighted harmonic mean result. Weighted arithmetic mean is what? Summation of Wi xi divided by summation of Wi, and weighted harmonic mean is summation of Wi whole divided by summation of Wi by xi. Okay, these 2 results are not that much important. If they ask question based on this result, see how to get the answer. I am explaining just for weighted arithmetic mean. I am explaining you how to get the answer for weighted arithmetic mean, because only in just 1 or 2 attempts they have asked the question based on weighted arithmetic mean. So I am taking one example to explain you how to find weighted arithmetic mean. See, this is xi and this is Wi. They will provide you with the values of individual observations and their respective weights. Let's say value of individual observation is 5, 10, 15, 20 and the weights are 1, 2, 3, 4. Now how to find the weighted arithmetic mean? How to find weighted arithmetic mean? Just use the formula, you will get the answer. What is the formula? Summation of Wi xi divided by summation of Wi. Now tell me what is summation of Wi xi? It is similar to summation of fi xi divided by summation of fi. The formula of arithmetic mean in group frequency distribution or simple frequency distribution is what? Summation of fi xi divided by summation of fi. Summation of fi you can also write it as capital. So weighted arithmetic mean is similar to the formula of arithmetic mean which we have seen in frequency distribution. Now see, 1 multiplied by 5 is 5, 2 multiplied by 10 is 20, 3 multiplied by 15 is 45, 4 multiplied by 20 is 80. So 5 plus 20 plus 45 plus 80 divided by, what is summation of Wi here? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. So what you are getting? 10. Now 5 plus 20 is 25, 25 plus 45, what you are getting? 70, 70 plus 80 is what? 150, 150 divided by 10 is what? 15. The answer. I hope all of you have understood how to find weighted arithmetic mean. If they ask this type of question in exam, you can simply use this result to get the answer. Okay. Now we are starting with dispersion. In dispersion, we have to see absolute measures of dispersion and also we have to see relative measures of dispersion. First, we are starting with range. After range, we will cover mean deviation, then standard deviation, and at last we will cover quartile deviation. It will not take much time to complete this unit, measures of dispersion. Okay. So first we are starting with range. Tell me what is the formula to find range. Quickly tell me what is the formula to find range. So range is what? Value of largest observation minus value of smallest observation. The formula to find range is L minus S. Okay, value of largest observation minus value of smallest observation. Okay. Now, relative measure for range is called as coefficient of range. Okay, relative measure of range is called as coefficient of range. What is the formula of coefficient of range? The formula of coefficient of range is L minus S upon L plus S multiplied by 100. L is largest value, S is smallest value. Okay, so range is L minus S and coefficient of range is L minus S upon L plus S multiplied by 100. One thing, range cannot be negative. Okay, range cannot be negative. Or I can also say this thing that any measure of dispersion cannot attain negative value. Okay, mean deviation, quartile deviation, standard deviation, all these things also cannot be negative. Understood? And one more thing here, coefficient of range has no units. Relative measures of dispersion. Okay, relative measures of dispersion has no units. So coefficient of range, coefficient of mean deviation, after that coefficient of variation, coefficient of quartile deviation, all these relative measures of dispersion has no units. Understood? And absolute measures of dispersion has the same unit, which is of unit of random variable. If let's say unit of random variable is kg, then unit of range is also kg. If unit of random variable is centimeter, then unit of range is also centimeter. I have written all these things in a notes, so no need to write it. All these things are there in a notes. Just I have taken the quick revision for these points. See, I am summarizing this. The formula to find range is L minus S. The formula to find coefficient of range is L minus S upon L plus S multiplied by 100. Unit of absolute measure of dispersion is same as the unit of random variable. Unit of relative measure of dispersion is nothing. Okay, relative measures of dispersion has no units. Remember this point. Relative measures of dispersion has no units, and absolute measures of dispersion has the unit which is same as the unit of random variable. And range, mean deviation, standard deviation, quartile deviation, this cannot be negative. Either it can be 0 or positive. It cannot be negative. I have written this thing in note that unit of absolute measure of dispersion is same as the unit of random variable, and relative measure of dispersion is a unit free measure. Unit free measure means no units. Now we are starting with properties of range. The first property of range is if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then range is equals to 0. Don't make mistake here. In measures of central tendency, what we have written, that if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then arithmetic mean or harmonic mean or geometric mean or mode or median is equal to the value of individual observation. But in measures of dispersion, what we have to write, if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then measure of dispersion is equals to 0. So range is equals to 0, mean deviation is equals to 0, quartile deviation equals to 0, standard deviation equals to 0. Whatever properties of range we are studying, all these properties will apply on other measures of dispersion also. Okay, so there is no need to cover properties of mean deviation, properties of quartile deviation, properties of standard deviation. All the properties of range will be applicable on other measures of dispersion also. Okay, so this is very, very important, that if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then value of individual observation is equal to 0. I hope all of you are with me. If you have any of the doubt, you can ask it in chat box. This chapter has a weightage of around 12 to 13 marks. So by covering this chapter, we are making sure that all the questions, okay, which I say will ask in exam from this chapter, we will be able to get the answer for all these questions. And also one more thing, we should get the answer for all these questions in very, very less time. Clear? The second property is range cannot be negative. Okay, measure of dispersion cannot attain negative value. In simple wordings, we can say that any measure of dispersion cannot attain negative value. The third property is very, very important, that any measure of dispersion remains unaffected due to change of origin but gets affected due to change of scale. Okay, any measure of dispersion, range, mean deviation, standard deviation, quartile deviation, any measure of dispersion remains unaffected due to change of origin but gets affected due to change of scale. Let's say we know range of x and linear relationship between x and y is given. Y is equals to a plus bx. Okay, y is equals to a plus bx and we know range of x. Now how to find range of y? This a is change of origin and this b is what? Change of scale. Now we already know that measure of dispersion remains unaffected due to change of origin. It gets affected only due to change of scale. So how to find now range of y? Range of y is absolute value of b multiplied by range of x. Absolute value of b multiplied by range of x. Absolute value of change of scale multiplied by range of x. Okay, I will take questions. By those questions you will get more clarity and you will be able to recall all those results which we have already covered in our classes. Okay, so with this we have completed the first measure of dispersion and I am taking some questions based on this. Tell me what is the answer for this question. Y is equals to 5 minus 3x. Range of x. Okay, Rx means range of x. Range of x is 30. You have to find range of y. I am giving you the options. Option A is minus 90. Option B is minus 85. Option C is 90. Option D is 85. Tell me which option is correct. Y is equals to 5 minus 3x. Range of x is given in question which is 30. You have to find range of y. You have to find range of y. Which option is correct? Tell me which option is correct here. Option C is the correct answer. Okay, option C is the correct answer. Already we have seen this property that any measure of dispersion remains unaffected due to change of origin but gets affected due to change of scale. So this we can write as range of y is equals to absolute value of change of scale. What is change of scale in this question? Change of scale is minus 3. Absolute value of minus 3 multiplied by range of x. Absolute value of minus 3 is what? 3 and range of x is what? 30. So 3 multiplied by 30 is what? 90. Which option is correct? Option C. 90 is the correct answer. Those who have given the answer is minus 85, the answer is wrong. Please don't make any silly mistake here. Okay. If let's say x bar is given as 30. Let's say if x bar is given as 30 and if I would have asked here y bar, then y bar is equals to minus 85. Okay. If x bar is given as 30 and if I would have asked here y bar, then answer of y bar is minus 85. But here this Rx is what? Range of x. And I have asked you to find range of y. And this range is what? Measure of dispersion. And all the measures of dispersion remains unaffected due to change of origin. This 5 is change of origin. So it remains unaffected due to change of origin. It gets affected only due to change of scale. So you have to do it like this way. I hope all of you have understood this thing. Okay. See, I am giving you one more question. Let's say they are not giving the linear relationship between x and y in this form. They are giving it like this way. 3x plus 2y minus 5 is equals to 0. Range of x is equals to 20. You have to find range of y. Now, how to solve this question? 3x plus 2y minus 5 is equals to 0. Range of x is 20 and you have to find range of y. Now see, I am giving you one more formula. Okay, I am giving you one more formula. This is the general formula which you can use. See what you have to do now. Range of y is equals to, okay, range of y is equals to, what do you have to do? Absolute value of, one second, coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y multiplied by range of x. Simple thing. Okay. If linear relationship between x and y is not given in this form, y is equals to a plus bx. Okay, they have not given the linear relationship in this form. They have given linear relationship between x and y like this in question. So how to get the answer? What do you have to do? Use this formula. Range of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y multiplied by range of x. Now substitute the values. Absolute value of, what is coefficient of x here? What is coefficient of x? 3. What is coefficient of y here? 2. Multiplied by range of x is what? 20. Now absolute value of 3 by 2 is what? 3 by 2 only. So 3 by 2 multiplied by 20. What is the answer? 30. This is the answer. Okay. All of you have understood this thing or not? I am giving you one more question. Try to get the answer for this, because these questions are very, very simple, but students make mistake while getting the answer for this in exam. So don't make any silly mistake here. These questions are very, very simple questions only. Just apply this result and you will get the answer. Okay, and this will be applicable for all the measures of dispersion. I am not saying that this formula will be applicable only in case of range. This will be applicable for mean deviation, quartile deviation, standard deviation also. Okay, quickly solve this question now. 5x minus 3y plus 10 is equals to 0. Range of x is, let's say, 30. You have to find range of y. Quickly solve this. I want answers from all of you for this question. You have to find range of y. So now again use this formula. Again use this formula that range of y is equals to what? Absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y multiplied by range of x. What is coefficient of x here? What is coefficient of x? 5. Coefficient of x is what? 5. What is coefficient of y? Minus 3. Okay. Coefficient of y is what? Minus 3. So absolute value of 5 upon minus 3 multiplied by range of x is what? 30. Solve this. Absolute value of 5 upon minus 3 is what? 5 by 3. So you can write it as 5 by 3 multiplied by 30. So final answer is what? 50. This is the answer. Okay. Great. Now we are starting with the next measure of dispersion, or before that you can solve some more questions which is based on dispersion. And these questions of dispersion are based on the formula of range. 1 second. It will not take much time to get the answer for these questions. Quickly solve this example 14.2.1. All of you quickly try to get the answer for this example. Following are the wages of 8 workers expressed in rupees. They have given us the wages of 8 workers. You have to find range and also you have to find coefficient of range. First tell me what is the answer for range. What is the formula to find range? Largest value minus smallest value. Okay, range is what? Largest value minus smallest value. What is the largest value and what is the smallest value in this question? I think your largest value is 96, correct? Okay, largest value is 96. And what is the smallest value? Smallest value is 50. So 96 minus 50. 96 minus 50 is what? 46. But answer is not 46. I have already told you this thing, that absolute measure of dispersion has the same unit of random variable. So here random variable is what? Wages, and wages are expressed in rupees. So here range is also in rupees. Answer is not 46, it is what? 46 rupees. They can confuse you by giving one of the option as 46 and other option as 46 rupees. In exam, they can give you option A as 46 and option B as 46 rupees. The correct answer is what? Option B, 46 rupees. Okay. Now find coefficient of range. What is the answer for coefficient of range? L. What is the formula for coefficient of range? First write down the formula. L minus S upon L plus S multiplied by 100. Now in that formula substitute the values of L and S. You will get the answer. So L minus S, 96 minus 50 divided by L plus S, 96 plus 50 multiplied by 100. Check whether all of you are getting the answer as 31.51 or not. Okay, I think all of you should get the same answer, only 31.51. This is coefficient of range. Don't write the answer as rupees 31.51. The final answer is just 31.51. Okay, because coefficient of range has no units. There is no need to write rupee here. The answer is only 31.51. Clear? Solve this second example now. What is the range and its coefficient for the following distribution of bits? The previous question which we have solved, this question was based on discrete data. And now this current question which we are solving, this is based on frequency distribution. Now if frequency distribution is given, how to find range and coefficient of range? Very simple. See what you have to do. First you have to check whether the given data is continuous or non-continuous. How to check whether the data is continuous or not? Here you can see that the first class interval is what? 50 to 54. So here it is ending on 54. And the second class interval is starting from what? 55. Okay, so there is a gap. Okay, it is ending on 54. The first class interval is ending on 54. And the second class interval is not starting from 54. It is starting from what? 55. So data is what? Non-continuous. So if data is non-continuous, first you have to make the data continuous. How to make the data continuous? What you have to do? First, find gap divided by 2. What is the gap here? 55 minus 54 is what? 1. So there is a gap of 1 here. So 1 upon 2 is what? 0.5. Okay. You have to find gap upon 2. What is gap upon 2 here? 0.5. Now, in this lower class limit, okay, in this lower class limit, what you have to do? You have to subtract 0.5, and in this upper class limit, you have to add 0.5. In order to make the data continuous, okay, in order to make the data continuous, what you have to do now? In this lower class limit, subtract 0.5, and in this upper class limit, you have to add 0.5. Okay. So 50 minus 0.5 is what? 49.5. and 54 plus 0.5 is what? 54.5. Now in this last class interval also do the same step. In this lower class limit 70, subtract 0.5, so what you are getting? 69.5. and in this upper class limit 74, add 0.5, what you are getting? 74.5. okay. Now see, in this last class interval, after making the data continuous, now in this last class interval, upper class boundary is what? 74.5. This is L. This is L, 74.5. Largest value. And smallest value is what? After making the data continuous, in this first class interval, what is the lower class boundary? What is the lower class boundary? 49.5. This is S. Okay, smallest value is 49.5 and largest value is 74.5. I hope all of you have understood how to find largest value and smallest value if frequency distribution is given. Okay, so if frequency distribution is given, first you have to check whether the data is continuous or not. If the data is non-continuous, you have to make the data continuous. How to make the data continuous? First you have to find the value of gap upon 2. Whatever value you are getting of gap upon 2, you have to subtract that from lower class limit and you have to add it in upper class limit. Okay, it will make the data continuous. Once the data is continuous, now in the first class interval you have to find lower class boundary, and in the last class interval you have to find upper class boundary. Okay, now after getting the value of L and S, you can easily find range and coefficient of range. So what is range here? L minus S, 74.5 minus 49.5. what you are getting? 25. But the answer is not 25, it is what? 25 kg, because the random variable is weight and it is expressed in kg. So answer is what? 25 kg. Now you can find coefficient of range. Coefficient of range is what? L minus S upon L plus S multiplied by 100. So 74.5 minus 49.5 divided by 74.5 plus 49.5 multiplied by 100. Check whether all of you are getting the answer is 20.16 or not. 20.16. This question is important. They can ask question based on range, and instead of giving the discrete data, they will give you what? Frequency distribution. Okay, here the answer is 20.16. Coefficient of range is 20.16. Don't write 20.16 kg because coefficient of range has no units. There is one more example. I have already taken many examples based on this thing, so I am ignoring it. Or if you want, quickly solve this and tell me what is the answer for this example 14.2.3. They have given us the relationship between x and y, that 2x plus 3y is equals to 10. Or you can write it like this way: 2x plus 3y minus 10 equals to 0. Range of x is also given, which is what? 15 rupees. 15 rupees. You have to find range of y. Range of x is 15 rupees. You have to find range of y. What formula you have to use? Range of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y. What is coefficient of x here? 2. Right, 2. What is coefficient of y? 3. Absolute value of 2 upon 3 multiplied by range of x is what? 15 rupees. Now absolute value of 2 upon 3 is what? 2 upon 3 only. So you can write 2 upon 3 multiplied by 15. You will get it as 10. Final answer is what? 10 rupees. Don't write just 10. You have to write it as what? 10 rupees. Okay. This is the answer. You can directly solve this question. You can directly solve this question by using this result. That range of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y multiplied by range of x. There is no need to convert this in y equals to a plus bx form. Okay, there is no need to convert it into y equals to a plus bx form. You can directly use this result to get the answer. Okay. Now we are starting with the next measure of dispersion, which is mean deviation. Okay, mean deviation. Now see, what is the formula of mean deviation? If a discrete data is given, how to find mean deviation? If discrete data is given, how to find mean deviation? The formula is summation of absolute values of xi minus a whole divided by n. Okay, this is the formula to find mean deviation. Summation of absolute values of xi minus a whole divided by n, where a is what? Appropriate measure of central tendency. Let's say if they are asking mean deviation about mean, then you have to take this a as what? Arithmetic mean. If they are asking mean deviation about median, then you have to take this a as what? Median of x. If they are asking mean deviation about mode, then you have to take this a as what? Mode of x. Okay, and this n is what? Number of observations. If frequency distribution is given, let's say frequency distribution is given and you have to find mean deviation, then formula is what? Summation of fi multiplied by absolute value of xi minus a whole divided by capital N. Okay, this is the formula to find mean deviation of frequency distribution. Okay, here A is what? Appropriate measure of central tendency. If they are asking mean deviation about median, then you have to take A as what? Median of X. If they are asking mean deviation about mean, then you have to take this A as what? Arithmetic mean of X, like that way. F means what? Frequency. And this capital N is what? Summation of frequency. Okay. What is the formula of coefficient of mean deviation? Coefficient of mean deviation is relative measure of dispersion. And how to find coefficient of mean deviation? The formula is mean deviation about A whole divided by A multiplied by 100. Mean deviation about A whole divided by A multiplied by 100. And all the properties of range will be applicable on mean deviation also. Okay, all the properties of range which we have studied, all those properties will be applicable on mean deviation also. Okay, that if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then mean deviation is equals to 0. All the observations present in the data set have same values, then mean deviation is equals to 0. Mean deviation cannot be negative. It can be either 0 or positive. Mean deviation remains unaffected due to change of origin but gets affected due to change of scale. And all these properties we have already covered in range. So whatever properties we have seen in range, all those properties will be applicable on mean deviation also. Okay, coefficient of mean deviation has no unit, and unit of mean deviation is same as the unit of random variable. Okay, I am taking some questions based on mean deviation from set B. One second. Yeah, question number 5. Question number 5. What is the value of mean deviation about mean for the following numbers? You have to find mean deviation about mean. Okay, you have to find mean deviation about mean. And this is discrete data. Okay, this is discrete data. So which formula we have to use? What is the formula to find mean deviation? Summation of absolute value of xi minus a whole divided by n. Here a is what? We have to find mean deviation about mean. Here a is what? Arithmetic mean. Here a is what? Arithmetic mean. And we have to write it as what? X bar. Okay, so summation of absolute values of xi minus x bar whole divided by n. I hope all of you have understood why I have written here x bar. The formula of mean deviation is what? Summation of absolute values of xi minus a whole divided by n. But here instead of capital A, what we are writing x bar. Why? Because they have asked us to find mean deviation about mean. Instead of capital A, now what we have to write? X bar. Okay. Now quickly find x bar. All of you quickly find x bar. Without finding x bar, you cannot get the answer for this question. So find x bar. How to find x bar? Sum of all the observations divided by number of observations. So 5 plus 8 plus 6 plus 3 plus 4 divided by 5. What are you getting? 5 plus 8 is 13, 13 plus 6, 19, 19 plus 3 is what? 22, 22 plus 4 is what? 26. And 26 upon 5 is what? 5.2. Check whether all of you have got the same answer or not. X bar is 5.2. 5.2 is not the answer. The value of x bar is 5.2. 5 plus 8, 13, 13 plus 6, 19, 19 plus 3, 22, 22 plus 4, 26. Yes, 26 upon 5 is what? 5.2. Now find summation of absolute value of xi minus x bar. See how to find summation of absolute value of xi minus x bar. 5 minus 5.2. What you are getting? What is 5 minus 5.2? The value of first observation is 5 and x bar is what? 5.2. So 5 minus 5.2 is what? Minus 0.2. And absolute value of minus 0.2 is what? 0.2. So write 0.2. Then plus value of second observation is 8. 8 minus 5.2 is what? 8 minus 5.2 is what? 2.8. And absolute value of 2.8 is what? 2.8 only. After this, 6 minus 5.2, 0.8, and absolute value of 0.8 is 0.8 only. Plus 3 minus 5.2. 3 minus 5.2 is what? Minus 2.2. And absolute value of minus 2.2 is what? 2.2. Plus 4 minus 5.2. 4 minus 5.2 is what? Minus 1.2. And absolute value of minus 1.2 is what? 1.2. So this thing is what? Summation of absolute value of xi minus x bar whole divided by n. How many observations are there? 5. This will give you the answer. Now 0.2 plus 2.8 is what? 3. 3 plus 0.8 is 3.8. 3.8 plus 2.2 is what? 6. 6 plus 1.2 is what? 7.2. Tell me what is 7.2 divided by 5. This will give you the answer. 7.2 divided by 5 is what? 1.44. Yes. Very good. 1.44 is the correct answer. Option C. All of you have understood this thing? Okay. Now see, for question number 6, I am giving you one shortcut. How to get the answer for question number 6 orally. All of you first read this question. What is the value of mean deviation about mean for the following observations? Again, you have to find mean deviation about mean, and discrete data is given. Okay, discrete data is given. Here you can see that this 50 is occurring for how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and 60 is occurring for how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 50 is occurring for 7 times and 60 is also occurring for 7 times. So what you can do? Instead of writing 50 for 7 times and 60 for 7 times, just write 2 observations. That there are only 2 observations, 50 and 60. And you have to find mean deviation of this. Okay, there are only 2 observations, 50 and 60. And you have to find the mean deviation of these 2 observations. So how to find the mean deviation of these 2 observations? Very simple. See what you can do here. Find the difference of these 2 observations. Find the difference of these 2 observations. What is the difference of these 2 observations? 10. Okay, and divide it by 2. Okay, there are only 2 observations. No. So answer is what? 60 minus 50 divided by 2. You will get the answer as 5. Option A. I hope all of you have understood this question number 6. Instead of writing all these steps, what you can do here? You can use the shortcut. Okay. Instead of writing 50 for 7 times and 60 for 7 times, write 50 for just 1 time and 60 also for 1 time. Now, if there are only 2 observations, how to find mean deviation about mean? Find difference of observation and divide it by 2. So 60 minus 50 is what? 10. 10 upon 2 is what? 5. This is the answer. Okay. Now, see, you can solve question number 10th. Question number 10th. All of you quickly try this question number 10th. In this question number 10th, now you have to find mean deviation about mode. Find mean deviation about mode. And the values of the observations are 4 by 11, 6 by 11, 8 by 11, 9 by 11, 12 by 11, 8 by 11. So first tell me, what is the formula to find mean deviation about mode? What is the general formula to find mean deviation? If a discrete data is given, what is the general formula to find mean deviation? Summation of absolute value of xi minus a whole divided by n. Okay. Now here what they have asked, mean deviation about mode. It means instead of that capital A, now what we have to write? Mode of x. Here formula is summation of absolute value of xi minus mode of x divided by small n. Okay, this is the formula. Now quickly tell me what is mode of x in this question. In this question number 10th, quickly tell me what is mode of x. So mode of x is what? See, which observation is repeating maximum number of times. How to find mode of discrete data? We have to check which observation is repeating maximum number of times. So here you can see that this 8 by 11 is repeating maximum number of times. So mode of x is 8 by 11. Okay. Now find summation of absolute value of xi minus mode of x. You have to find now summation of absolute value of xi minus mode of x. See how to find this thing. The value of first observation is 4 by 11 and mode of x is what? 8 by 11. So 4 by 11 minus 8 by 11 is what? Minus 4 by 11, and absolute value of minus 4 by 11 is what? 4 by 11. So similarly, start writing this thing. 4 by 11 plus. Now similarly see, 6 by 11 minus 8 by 11. This is minus 2 by 11, and absolute value of minus 2 by 11 is what? 2 by 11. After this 8 by 11 minus 8 by 11 is 0, and absolute value of 0 is 0 only. Then 9 by 11 minus 8 by 11, which is 1 by 11. After this 12 by 11 minus 8 by 11, which is again 4 by 11. And 8 by 11 minus 8 by 11, which is what? 0. All of you can see this thing or not? Yes. This thing which I have written, this is what? Summation of absolute value of xi minus mode of x. Okay, this thing is summation of absolute value of xi minus mode of x. Now you have to divide it by small n number of observations. So how many observations are there here? There are 6 observations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So divide it by 6. Now see, 4 by 11 plus 2 by 11 is 6 by 11. 6 by 11 plus 1 by 11 is 7 by 11. And 7 by 11 plus 4 by 11 is what? 11 by 11. And 11 by 11 is what? 1. So final answer is 1 by 6. This is the answer. Okay, 1 by 6. Which option is correct? Option A. Option A is the correct answer. 1 by 6. I hope all of you have understood this, how to solve this type of questions. These questions are simple questions only. Just what you have to do? You have to apply the formula and don't make any silly mistake there. Okay, they can ask this type of questions in exam and it will not take much time to get the answer for this question. we can easily get the answer for this question in less than 1 minute. Okay, you can even try this question number 8. Question number 8, relationship between x and y is given. A relationship between x and y is given, and mean deviation about mean for x is given. Mean deviation about mean for x is given. You have to find mean deviation of y about mean. Now, how to solve this type of question? Again, see, already I have given you this formula that, see, in this question I have given you this formula that if relationship between x and y is given in this form, if relationship between x and y is given in this form and range of x is given, then how to find range of y? Range of y is what? Absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y multiplied by range of x. Similarly, you can apply this result for mean deviation also. Instead of range of y, what you can write here? Mean deviation of y. And here instead of range of x, what you can write here? Mean deviation of x. Okay, so whatever results we have seen in range, whatever properties we have seen in range, all those properties, all those results will be applicable for mean deviation also. So in this question which they have given in set B, what is the relationship between x and y? 5y minus 3x is equals to 10. Okay, what they have given? 5y minus 3x is equals to 10. Okay, I am writing here 5y minus 3x is equals to 10. So you can write it like this way: 5y minus 3x minus 10 equals to 0. Okay, we have taken all the terms on the left hand side so that our right hand side is what? 0. So 5y minus 3x minus 10 is equals to 0. And they have given us mean deviation of x about mean. What is mean deviation of x about mean? Mean deviation of x about mean is 12. Okay, so mean deviation of x is given. Basically, mean deviation of x is given, which is what? 12. And what they have asked? They have asked us to find mean deviation of y. Very simple. Apply the same result which we have seen in range. So mean deviation of y is equals to, see, if linear relationship between x and y is given. Please listen this thing very carefully. If linear relationship between x and y is given and any measure of dispersion of x is given, and you have to find now measure of dispersion of y. So what you have to do? Write this thing, that measure of dispersion of y is equals to measure of dispersion of y, okay, is equals to, I am giving you the general formula. Measure of dispersion of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y multiplied by measure of dispersion of x. Okay, so now here we have to find mean deviation of y. We have to find mean deviation of y, and mean deviation of x is given. So use this result, that mean deviation of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y. What is coefficient of x here? Minus 3. You can see here that coefficient of x is what? Minus 3. So write minus 3 divided by, what is coefficient of y here? 5. So write 5. Absolute value of minus 3 upon 5 multiplied by mean deviation of x. What is mean deviation of x? It is given in question, which is what? 12. Now you can get the answer. Absolute value of minus 3 upon 5 is what? 3 upon 5. So 3 upon 5 multiplied by 12. So 36 upon 5. What is 36 upon 5? 7.2. This is the answer. Okay, which option is correct? 7.2 is option A. Okay, I hope all of you have understood this, how to get the answer for this type of questions. This type of questions are quite common, and you can expect around 2 to 3 questions of this type in exam. Okay, like x bar is given, relationship between x and y is given, and they will ask you to find y bar. Or mean deviation of x is given, relationship between x and y is given, and they will ask you to find mean deviation of y. Okay, so they will definitely ask 2 to 3 questions of this type in exam, and most of the students make a silly mistake there. In order to avoid those silly mistakes, I am taking this much questions in a marathon revision also. Okay, now we are starting with the next measure, which is standard deviation. We have covered the first 2 measures, range and mean deviation. Now we are starting with the third measure of dispersion, which is standard deviation. Okay, what is the formula to find standard deviation? If a discrete data is given, how to find standard deviation? The formula is square root of summation of xi minus x bar whole square divided by n. And if we simplify this, you can also write it as square root. Okay, in square root you have to write summation of xi square upon n minus x bar square. In exam, mostly we will use this result. Okay, in order to find standard deviation of x, you can use this result. In square root, what you have to write? Summation of x square upon n minus x bar square. Okay, if frequency distribution is there, then how to find standard deviation? They will not ask any question based on this result. Definitely they will not ask any question, numerical question based on this result, but they can ask the formula that if a frequency distribution is given, how to find standard deviation. So you should know the formula for this. What is the formula? If frequency distribution is given, how to find standard deviation? In square root now, what do you have to write? Summation of fi multiplied by xi minus x bar whole square divided by capital N, where capital N is what? Summation of frequency. And if you simplify this, you can write it as in square root summation of fi multiplied by xi square upon capital N minus x bar square. Okay. There is very rare chance of asking any question, numerical question based on this result. But they can ask a numerical question based on this. Okay. They will provide you with the discrete data and they will ask you to find standard deviation. What is the formula? In square root summation of xi square upon n minus x bar square. Okay. Now, relative measure is coefficient of variation. Okay. Relative measure of standard deviation is called as coefficient of variation. See how to find coefficient of variation. The formula to find coefficient of variation is standard deviation upon arithmetic mean multiplied by 100. Okay, standard deviation upon arithmetic mean multiplied by 100. This is the formula to find coefficient of variation. Standard deviation upon arithmetic mean multiplied by 100. If you see the term variance in question, variance means square of standard deviation. Okay, variance is square of standard deviation. Okay, all the properties of range will be applicable on standard deviation also. Okay, whatever properties of range which we have studied, all those properties will be applicable on standard deviation. That if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then standard deviation is equals to 0. And if standard deviation is 0, definitely variance is also 0. Okay, coefficient of variation is also 0. Standard deviation cannot be negative. Okay, standard deviation also cannot be negative. It can be either 0 or positive. And standard deviation also remains unaffected due to change of origin, but gets affected due to change of scale. So if standard deviation of x is given and y is equals to a plus bx, then standard deviation of y is what? Absolute value of b multiplied by standard deviation of x. See here, if I am writing it like this way, y is equals to a plus bx, y is equals to a plus bx, and standard deviation of x is known. This sx means what? Standard deviation of x. So how to find standard deviation of y? Standard deviation of y is equals to absolute value of b multiplied by standard deviation of okay. So standard deviation also remains unaffected due to change of origin, but gets affected due to change of scale. If linear relationship between x and y is not given in this form, okay, they have not given linear relationship between x and y in this form. They have given the relationship between x and y like this: ax plus by plus c equals to 0, like 3x plus 5y plus 10 equals to 0. Let's say they are giving the linear relationship between x and y in the form of ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Like in question, they can give 3x plus 5y plus 10 equals to 0, and they will provide you with standard deviation of x also, and they will ask you to find standard deviation of y. Then which formula you have to use? Standard deviation of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y multiplied by standard deviation of x. Okay, so formulas which we have seen in range and mean deviation, okay, that formula you can apply on standard deviation also. Okay, this formula which we have seen in range, this formula you can also apply in standard deviation. Instead of range of y, what do you have to write now? Standard deviation of y. And instead of range of x, what do you have to write now? Standard deviation of x. So in exam, what they can do, they can give you the linear relationship between x and y in this form. They can provide you that standard deviation of x is 20, and they will ask you to find what? Standard deviation of y. So you have to use this formula. I hope all of you are understanding this thing. Okay. Now, one more thing. There is one formula of combined standard deviation. Okay, they have asked just 1 or 2 questions based on combined SD, and if questions of combined SD come, it will take more time. So the best thing is what? If you see any question of combined standard deviation, you have to leave that question at first, and if time permit, you can solve that question at the end. Okay, what is the formula of combined standard deviation? The formula of combined standard deviation is under root of n1 s1 square plus n2 s2 square plus n1 d1 square plus n2 d2 square whole divided by n1 plus n2. Okay, here let's say there are 2 groups. In first group there are n1 observations, in second group there are n2 observations. S1 is the standard deviation of first group, S2 is the standard deviation of second group. Here d1 and d2 means what? Okay, what is the meaning of this d1 and d2? This d1 and d2 means d1 is x1 bar minus x bar and d2 is x2 bar minus x bar. Okay, x1 bar is what? Arithmetic mean of group 1, and x bar is what? Combined arithmetic mean. x2 bar is what? Arithmetic mean of group 2, and x bar is what? Combined arithmetic mean. Okay, so this formula you have to remember. If you do not know this formula, you cannot get the answer for combined standard deviation. And also one more thing, even if you know the formula, it will take at least 3 to 4 minutes to get the answer for combined standard deviation. Okay, and the formula is what? In square root n1 s1 square plus n2 s2 square plus n1 d1 square plus n2 d2 square whole divided by n1 plus n2. Whenever you have to find combined standard deviation, your first step should be you have to find combined mean. Okay, first you have to find combined mean, then you have to find the values of d1 and d2. Okay, how to find d1? x1 bar minus x bar. How to find d2? x2 bar minus x bar. Okay, you can see here d1 is what? x1 bar minus x bar, d2 is what? x2 bar minus x bar. Okay, and how to find x bar? X bar is what? Combined arithmetic mean, n1 x1 bar plus n2 x2 bar upon n1 plus n2. Okay, and all these things will be given in question. This n1 value, n2 value, x1 bar, x2 bar, s1, s2, all these things value will be given in question. Okay, there is one more important result in standard deviation, that if standard deviation of two numbers you have to find. Okay, if there are only two observations and you have to find standard deviation, then standard deviation is half of range. Okay, if there are only two observations and you have to find standard deviation of those two observations, then the formula is what? Half of range. Let's say there are two observations. The first observation is 10 and second observation is 20, and you have to find standard deviation. So standard deviation is what? Half of range. Half of range means what? Largest value minus smallest value divided by 2. 20 minus 10 is what? 10. 10 divided by 2 is what? 5. This is the answer. Or you can also write it in notations form. Standard deviation is what? Absolute value of a minus b upon 2. Let's say there are two observations a and b. So standard deviation of these two observations is what? Absolute value of a minus b upon 2. Okay, half of range. Clear? There is one more result. If we have to find standard deviation of first n natural numbers, directly you can use the result square root of n square minus 1 upon 12. Okay, square root of n square minus 1 upon 12. This is the formula to find standard deviation of first n natural numbers. Understood? Okay. See, first I am taking quartile deviation also, and after it we will cover questions of standard deviation as well as quartile deviation from the study material. Okay. What is the formula of quartile deviation? What is the formula of quartile deviation? Third quartile minus first quartile divided by 2. Okay, Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. This is the formula to find quartile deviation. What is the formula to find coefficient of quartile deviation? This coefficient of quartile deviation is relative measure of quartile deviation. Okay. So the formula to find coefficient of quartile deviation is Q3 minus Q1 divided by Q3 plus Q1 multiplied by 100. Understood? Okay. Already you know how to find Q3, Q1. If discrete data is given, how to find quartiles? The formula to find pth quartile is value of n plus 1 upon 4 multiplied by pth observation. By using that formula, you can easily find Q1 and Q3. So whenever you have to find quartile deviation, your first step is what? Arrange the given data in ascending order. Okay, whatever data is given in question, you have to arrange that data in ascending order. Then you have to find the value of first quartile and third quartile, and then you have to apply the formula of quartile deviation. Understood? Okay. And all the properties which we have seen in range, okay, all those properties will be applicable on quartile deviation also. That if all observations present in the data set have same values, then quartile deviation is equals to 0. Quartile deviation cannot be negative, it can be either 0 or positive. And quartile deviation also remains unaffected due to change of origin, but gets affected due to change of scale. It means, let's say, linear relationship between x and y is given, that y is equals to a plus bx, and quartile deviation of x is known. The quartile deviation of x is known. Then how to find quartile deviation of y? See, quartile deviation of y is equals to absolute value of b multiplied by quartile deviation of. Clear? And if, let's say, linear relationship between x and y is given in this form, ax plus by plus c equals to 0. Okay, linear relationship between x and y is not given in this form, y equals to a plus bx. It is given in this form, ax plus by plus c equals to 0, like 3x plus 5y plus 10 equals to 0. And quartile deviation of x is known. Okay, quartile deviation of x is known. Then how to find quartile deviation of y? The formula which we have seen in range, okay, that formula you have to apply here also. This absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y multiplied by range of x. So here instead of range of x, what you have to write? Quartile deviation of x, and here instead of range of y, what you have to write? Quartile deviation of y. The formula becomes, see, quartile deviation of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x. What is coefficient of x here? A. What is coefficient of x? A. Divided by coefficient of y. What is coefficient of y here? B, multiplied by quartile deviation of x. Okay, I am giving you one question. Try to get the answer for this. 5x minus 3y plus 10 equals to 0. Linear relationship between x and y is given. 5x minus 3y plus 10 equals to 0. And quartile deviation of x is given as 12. Find quartile deviation of y. Quickly solve this question. 5x minus 3y plus 10 equals to 0 is the linear relationship between x and y. Quartile deviation of x is given as 12. You have to find quartile deviation of y. What is the answer? What do you have to do? See, quartile deviation of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y. What is coefficient of x here? 5. You can see here that coefficient of x is what? 5. What is coefficient of y? Minus 3. So absolute value of 5 upon minus 3 multiplied by quartile deviation of x. What is quartile deviation of x? 12. Now absolute value of 5 upon minus 3 is what? 5 upon 3 multiplied by 12. What is the final answer? 20. I hope all of you have understood this thing. Yes, very good. Those who have given the answer 20, their answer is correct. I am giving you one more question. See, 4x plus 2y is equals to 10. Standard deviation of x is given as, let's say, 13. Find standard deviation of y. It is given in question that the linear relationship between x and y is 4x plus 2y is equals to 10. Okay. Standard deviation of x is also given, which is 13. You have to find standard deviation of y. Now again, see what you have to do. Use this result that standard deviation of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y. What is coefficient of x here? What is coefficient of x? 4. And what is coefficient of y? 2. So write coefficient of x 4 and coefficient of y 2. So absolute value of 4 upon 2 multiplied by standard deviation of x. Standard deviation of x is what? 13. Now absolute value of 4 upon 2 is what? 2. So 2 multiplied by 13 is what? 26. This is the answer. They can ask this type of simple questions in exam. Okay. There is one more question which is very, very important, and there is a high chance of making a mistake in this question. The first I am giving one question from my end. After that, we will solve that question from study material also. Write this question. All of you quickly write this question. See, variance of x is given. The variance of x is, let's say, 36. Variance of x is 36. And 2x minus 3y plus 4 is equals to 0. And they have asked us to find standard deviation of y. You have to find standard deviation of y, and also you have to find variance of y. Okay. You have to find standard deviation of y. This sy means what? Standard deviation of y. Instead of writing sy, they can also write it like this way, sigma y. Okay. And instead of writing variance of y, they can also write it as sigma y square. So how to solve now this question? So first thing is what? See, variance of x is given as 36. So if variance of x is 36, tell me what is standard deviation of x. We already know that variance is what? Square of standard deviation. Okay, variance is square of standard deviation. So if variance is given, how to find standard deviation? You have to take square root of that number. So standard deviation of x is what? Square root of 36, which is what? 6. Variance of x is 36. It means standard deviation of x is 6. Now linear relationship between x and y is given. That 2x minus 3y plus 4 equals to 0. Now how to find standard deviation of y? See, standard deviation of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y. What is coefficient of x? 2. What is coefficient of y? Minus 3. Okay, coefficient of y is what? Minus 3. Absolute value of 2 upon minus 3 multiplied by standard deviation of x. What is standard deviation of x? 6. Now absolute value of 2 upon minus 3 is what? 2 upon 3. So 2 upon 3 multiplied by 6. What you are getting? 4. Okay, 12 upon 3 is what? 4. This is standard deviation of y. Okay, this is the answer for first part. Now tell me what is the answer for second part. Variance of y is what? Variance of y. Sigma y square. Okay, or you can also write it as sy square. What is the answer? 4 square. If we know the value of standard deviation, how to find variance? Variance is square of standard deviation. So 4 square is what? 16. Okay, very good. Very good. Those who are giving the answers, very nice, and I expect all of the students to give the answer, because by giving the answers only, your confidence will get boosted. Okay. See, even if your answer is wrong, it is fine. But try to solve the question by yourself and give the answers in chat box. If you are getting the correct answer, your confidence will get boosted up. If you are getting the answer wrong, you will get to know that what mistake you have done, so that the same mistake does not get repeated in examination hall. Okay. I am taking now some questions from study material. I am taking simple questions. Question number 16. All of you quickly try to get the answer for question number 16. The quartiles of a variable are 45, 52 and 65 respectively. They have asked us to find quartile deviation. Okay, you have to find quartile deviation. First tell me what is the formula of quartile deviation. There are many formulas and properties in statistics. Okay, you have to learn all those formulas and properties, because most of the questions which they ask in exam are straightforward only. If you know the property, if you know the formula, you can get the answer. What is the formula of quartile deviation? 3 minus q1 divided by 2. Tell me what is third quartile and first quartile in this question. There is no need to arrange this data in ascending order and then apply the formula of pth quartile. Already they have provided you the value of quartiles in question. Read the question. Okay, if you have not understood this, read the question for one more time. The quartiles of a variable are 45, 52 and 65 respectively. This is q1, q2 and q3. So first quartile is 45 and third quartile is 65. Okay, q1 is 45 and q3 is what? 65. You can give the answer orally now. What is the answer? 65 minus 45. 65 minus 45 is what? 20. 20 upon 2 is what? 10. Which option is correct? Option A. Yes. Those who have got the answer 10, their answer is correct. Now tell me what is the answer for question number 18th. If the standard deviation, okay, SD means what? Standard deviation. If you see the word SD, SD means standard deviation. If you see the word QD, QD means quartile deviation. If you see the word MD, MD means mean deviation. Okay. If the standard deviation of first and natural numbers is 2, you have to find the value of n. You have to find number of observations. We already know the result for this. Okay. What is the formula to find standard deviation of first and natural numbers? What is the formula to find standard deviation of first and natural numbers? So standard deviation of first and natural numbers is given by the formula square root of n square minus 1 upon 12. Okay. And they have given us that standard deviation of first and natural numbers is what? 2. So the value of this thing is 2. Standard deviation of first and natural numbers is 2. So square root of n square minus 1 upon 12 is equals to 2. Now solve this equation, you will get the value of n. Now how to solve this equation? How to solve this equation? Very simple. Take square on both the sides. Okay, you have to take square on both the sides. So by taking square on both the sides, what you are getting? N square minus 1 upon 12 is equals to 2 square is what? 4. Now do the cross multiplication. So n square minus 1 is equals to 12 multiplied by 4 is what? 48. So therefore n square is equals to 49. 48 plus 1 is what? 49. So tell me what is the value of n? Value of n is what? 7. The square root of 49 is plus or minus 7, but number of observations cannot be negative. So you have to choose the answer is what? Positive value. Okay, 7. In exam, they can give option number A as plus or minus 7. But plus or minus 7 is wrong. Okay, the correct answer is what? 7 only, because number of observations cannot be negative. Okay. You can see question number 13th now. Question number 13. Question number 13th. What is the coefficient of variation? Okay, what is the coefficient of variation of the following numbers? Again, discrete data is given. There are 5 observations and you have to find coefficient of variation. First, tell me what is the formula of coefficient of variation. What is the formula to find coefficient of variation? The formula to find coefficient of variation is what? The formula to find coefficient of variation is standard deviation upon arithmetic mean multiplied by 100. Okay, see I am writing here. The formula of coefficient of variation is standard deviation upon arithmetic mean multiplied by 100. And they have given us the value of 5 observations. Okay, there are 5 observations in the data set and the value of these 5 observations are 53, 52, after this 61, 60 and 64. Okay, 61, 60 and 64. What you can do here? Quickly first find the value of x bar. Okay, you can quickly first find the value of x bar. Okay, arithmetic mean is denoted by x bar. No, so first find the value of x bar. What is x bar in this question? Sum of all the observations divided by number of observations. 53 plus 52 plus 61 plus 60 plus 64 divided by 5. Tell me what you are getting. 53 plus 52. Okay, 53 plus 52 plus 61 plus 60 plus 64. This is 290. 290 divided by 5 is what? 58. Okay, so the value of x bar is what? 58. Value of x bar is 58. Okay. Now find standard deviation. What is the formula to find standard deviation? you can use this result summation of xi minus x bar whole square divided by n, or you can use this result in square root summation of xi square upon n minus x bar square. Okay, here if you use this first result, it will save your time. Okay, if you use this first result, it will save your time in exam. Why? Because if you are using this second result, if you are using here this second result, you have to first find square of 53, 52, 61, 60 and 64. So it will take time. So better thing is what? Use this first result. Okay, it is not necessary that always you have to use the first result only. Okay, but in this question, if you use the first result, it will save your time. So summation of xi minus x bar whole square. How to find this thing? See, so here the value of first observation is 53 and x bar is what? 58. So 53 minus 58 is what? Minus 5, and minus 5 square is what? 25. Plus, now 52 minus 58 is what? Minus 6. Minus 6 square is what? 36. After this, 61 minus 58 is what? 3, and 3 square is what? 9. Then 60 minus 58 is what? 2, and 2 square is what? 4. And 64 minus 58 is what? 6, and 6 square is what? 36. This thing is summation of xi minus x bar whole square. And what is the value of n? 5. And this complete thing is in square root. Now you can easily find the standard deviation. So 25 plus 36. What you are getting? 25 plus 36 plus 9 plus 4 plus 36. You will get this as 110. And 110 divided by 5 is what? 22. Okay, and square root of 22. What is square root of 22? You will get it as 4.69. Okay, 4.69. Now, in this formula of coefficient of variation, put the values, you will get the answer. So, you have got standard deviation as 4.69. Arithmetic mean is what? 58 multiplied by 100. So, 4.69 divided by 58 multiplied by 100. We will get the final answer as 8.086. And if you are rounding it off up to 2 decimal places, it is 8.09. Check which option is correct. Option E. No doubt this question is little bit lengthy because they have not just asked standard deviation here. They have asked what here? Coefficient of variation. Okay, and even if they have asked here standard deviation, it will take long time because the values of the observations are not small. Okay, here the values of the observations are big, so it will take long time to get the value of standard deviation. Okay, but you should know the formula, and there is a high chance that instead of giving these higher values, they will give very small values in exam. Like they can give the values of the 5 observations as 2, 3, 5, 10, 15. Okay. If the values of the individual observations are less, it will take less time to get the answer. Understood? I am taking the one more question. This question number 15th. Question number 15th. Linear relationship between x and y is given, that 2x plus 3y plus 4 is equals to 0. Standard deviation of x is also given, which is 6. You have to find standard deviation of y. All of you quickly solve this question. Tell me what is the answer for question number 15th. Linear relationship between x and y is given as 2x plus 3y plus 4 equals to 0. Standard deviation of x is 6. You have to find standard deviation of y. Already we have solved this type of question. You can use the result here that standard deviation of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y multiplied by standard deviation of x. Okay, we will get the answer. So here see 2x plus 3y plus 4 equals to 0. I am writing here 2x plus 3y plus 4 is equals to 0. Standard deviation of x is 6. So standard deviation of y is what? Absolute value of coefficient of x. What is coefficient of x here? 2. You can see here that coefficient of x is what? 2. Divided by coefficient of y, which is 3 here. So absolute value of 2 upon 3 multiplied by standard deviation of x is what? 6. So 2 upon 3 multiplied by 6. The answer is what? 4. Okay. They have asked standard deviation of y or they have asked variance of y? They have asked standard deviation of y. So standard deviation of y is what? 4. Option B. If they would have asked here variance of y, then answer is what? 4 square, which is what? 16. Clear? Question number 14. There is a chance of making a silly mistake in this question number 14. Standard deviation of x is 3 and they have asked us to find variance of 5 minus 2x. They have asked variance of 5 minus 2x. So what you can do here? Instead of finding the variance directly, first you can find the standard deviation of 5 minus 2x and then you can find the variance. Okay. See how to solve this question now. It is given that a new variable y is constructed which is equals to 5 minus 2x. Okay, and also standard deviation of x is given. Standard deviation of x is given or variance of x is given? One second. Yeah, standard deviation of x is given. Okay, standard deviation of x is given. It is given that standard deviation of x is 3. And they have asked us to find variance of 5 minus 2x. It means we have to find variance of y. So first what we are doing, we are finding the standard deviation of y. How to find standard deviation of y? The standard deviation of y is equals to absolute value of minus 2 multiplied by standard deviation of x. Here you can see that this is in the form of y is equals to a plus bx. This 5 is change of origin and this minus 2 is what? Change of scale. And all the measures of dispersion remains unaffected due to change of origin but gets affected due to change of scale. So what we have to do here? We can write it like this way, that standard deviation of y is equals to absolute value of b multiplied by standard deviation of x. So here absolute value of minus 2 multiplied by 3. Absolute value of minus 2 is what? 2. So 2 multiplied by 3 is what? 6. Now once you have got standard deviation of y as 6, now tell me what is variance of y. Variance of y means what? Square of standard deviation of y. So 6 square is what? 36. This is the answer. 6 square 36. Which option is correct? Option A is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer, 36. Clear? Okay. Or see, if you want to solve this question by using this formula, that standard deviation of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y multiplied by standard deviation of x, then also you will get the same answer only. Tell me what is coefficient of x here. What is coefficient of x? Coefficient of x, you can write it as what? Minus 2. Okay, even if you are writing 2, it is fine. Even if you are writing minus 2, it is fine, because anyways we are taking the absolute value. And what is coefficient of y here? If nothing is written before the variable, it means coefficient is 1. Absolute value of minus 2 upon 1 multiplied by standard deviation of x. What is standard deviation of x? 3. Absolute value of minus 2 is what? 2, and 2 multiplied by 3 is what? 6. And now if you find variance, so 6 square is what? 36. Okay, standard deviation of y is 6, so variance of y is what? 36. All of you have understood this thing? Okay, I am taking these 2 more questions which are based on range. Quickly tell me what is the answer for first question. You have to find coefficient of range. Wages of 8 workers are given and you have to find coefficient of range. What is the formula to find coefficient of range? L minus S upon L plus S multiplied by 100. Okay, and one more thing, coefficient of range is a relative measure of dispersion, and relative measure of dispersion has no units. So definitely option number A and B is wrong. Okay. The first 2 options here, 30 rupees and 20 rupees, are definitely wrong. The answer has to be among these remaining 2 options. Use the formula L minus S upon L plus S multiplied by 100. Tell me what is the largest value here. Here largest value is 90 minus. What is the smallest value? I think here the smallest value is 60. 90 minus 60 divided by 90 plus 60 multiplied by 100. 90 minus 60 is what? 30. 30 divided by 150 multiplied by 100. Which option is correct? Option B. Okay. 30 upon 150 multiplied by 100 is what? 20. Don't choose option B as the answer. I have taken this question to explain you that what mistake you can do in exam. Here if any student choose option B as the answer, your answer is wrong, because coefficient of range has no units. So you cannot choose option B as the answer. Correct answer is what? Option D, 20. I hope all of you have understood this thing. Now see here, relationship between x and y is given in this second question. Relationship between x and y is given, and we have to find the relation between range of x and range of y. Very simple. What we have to do, we have to use this formula that range of y is equals to absolute value of coefficient of x divided by coefficient of y multiplied by range of x. What is coefficient of x here? 3. What is coefficient of y? 2. Absolute value of 3 by 2 multiplied by range of x. Okay. Now see, range of y is equals to absolute value of 3 by 2. You can directly write this 3 by 2 only multiplied by range of x. Now this 2 when shifted to opposite side, it will come in multiplication. What is the final answer? 2 multiplied by range of y is equals to 3 multiplied by range of x. Which option is correct? Option C. 2 multiplied by range of y is equals to 3 multiplied by range of x. Okay. Option C is the correct answer. I am taking some questions now from set A. The question number 2. Dispersion means what? Scatterness of a set of observations. Scatterness of a set of observation means what? Dispersion. Central location of the observation means what? Central tendency. Now, question number 3. When it comes to comparing two or more distributions, we consider, okay, in order to compare two or more distributions, what we will use? Relative measure of dispersion. Okay, if you see this word comparing, okay, whenever we have to compare two or more distributions, what we will use? Relative measure of dispersion. Which option is correct here? Option B. Now, question number 5. Which one is an absolute measure of dispersion? Okay, they are asking here which one is an absolute measure of dispersion. So range is an absolute measure of dispersion, mean deviation is also an absolute measure of dispersion, standard deviation is also an absolute measure of dispersion. Which option you have to choose? Option D, all of this. Question number 6. Which measure of dispersion is most useful? Okay, most useful. Standard deviation, quartile deviation, mean deviation, range. I have already told you that you have to learn the answer for this question. That standard deviation is the most useful measure of dispersion. In practical life also, we use standard deviation most of the times. Okay, in order to find the risk of stock, what we do? We find standard deviation of that particular stock, and by finding the standard deviation of that particular stock, we can measure the risk. Okay, so standard deviation is used in practical life for most of the times. Clear? Now, question number 7. Which measure of dispersion is not affected by the presence of extreme observations? Tell me, what is the formula for quartile deviation? What is the formula for quartile deviation? Q3 minus Q1 divided by 2. Okay. See, this Q3 minus Q1 means what? Middlemost 50% observations. Okay. When we are doing Q3 minus Q1, it means what? We are considering only the middlemost 50% observations. It means we are not concerned with the value of extreme observations. What is the answer for this? Quartile deviation. Okay, quartile deviation. If instead of measure of dispersion, if they would have asked here which measure of central tendency is not affected by the presence of extreme observations, then what is the answer? Median. Okay, median is not affected by the presence of extreme observations. And if they are asking about measure of dispersion, then what is the answer? Quartile deviation. Okay. Question number 8. Which measure of dispersion is based on the absolute deviations only? See here. What is the formula? What is the general formula to find mean deviation? Summation of absolute value of xi minus a whole divided by n. So which option is correct here? Option B. Okay. In order to find mean deviation, we take the absolute deviations. These are what? Absolute deviations. This absolute value of xi minus a is what? Absolute deviations. Which option is correct here? Option B. Question number 9. Which measure is based on the central 50% of the observation? Just now I have told this thing, that when we are finding quartile deviation, okay, we are concerned with the middlemost 50% observations only. Okay, we are not concerned with the extreme observations. Which option is correct here? Quartile deviation. Okay. Question number 10. Which measure of dispersion is based on all the observations? See, if we are finding the range, then in order to find range, we just require the largest value and the smallest value. Okay, because range is what? Largest value minus smallest value. But if we are finding mean deviation, standard deviation, okay, if you are finding this mean deviation or standard deviation, this is based on all the observations. Why? See, I am giving you the reason. What is the formula for mean deviation? Summation of absolute value of xi minus n. Here xi means what? We are considering the values of each of the individual observations. Okay. Here the formula of mean deviation is what? Summation of absolute value of xi minus a whole divided by n. So here we are considering the value of each of the individual observations. What is the formula of standard deviation? In square root summation of xi square upon n minus x bar square. Here also you can see that we are finding the square of the values of the individual observations. Okay. So here the answer is what? Option A and option B, but not C. Okay, but not C. A and B, but not C. Why but not C? Because quartile deviation is not based on the values of all the observations. It is based on just central 50% observation. Okay. Question number 11. The appropriate measure of dispersion for open-end classification. Open-end classification means what? The first class interval and the last class interval is not properly defined. So for those classifications, okay, for open-end classification, which measure of dispersion is best? Quartile deviation. Because quartile deviation is based on central 50% observations only. Which option you have to choose? Option C. Okay. Question number 12. Most commonly used measure of dispersion is standard deviation. Which measure of dispersion is most useful? Standard deviation. And here we have solved this question. Which measure of dispersion is most useful? What we have written? Standard deviation. And if they are asking which is the most commonly used measure of dispersion, again the answer is what? Standard deviation. Option. Okay. Question number 13th. Which measure of dispersion has some desirable mathematical properties? All the measures of dispersion, range, mean deviation, standard deviation, quartile deviation, all these measures of dispersion which we have seen, all these measures of dispersion has mathematical properties. Which option you have to choose? Option D. Question number 14. Profits of a company remains the same for the last 10 months. It means all the observations present in the data set have same values. The profits of the company remains the same. It means all the observations present in the data set have same values. What they have asked? Standard deviation of profits. What is the answer? 0. Option C. This is the first property which we have seen, that if all the observations present in the data set have same values, then any measure of dispersion is equals to 0. Be it standard deviation, quartile deviation, range or mean deviation. Okay. The answer is what? 0. Question number 15. Which measure of dispersion is considered for finding a pooled measure of dispersion after combining several groups? Pooled means what? Combined. And only in one of the measure of dispersion we have seen the formula of combined thing, and that is in standard deviation. Okay, we have seen the formula of combined standard deviation. Which option you have to choose? Option B. We have not seen any formula of combined mean deviation, or we have not seen any formula of combined quartile deviation, or we have not seen any formula of combined range. Okay, we have seen the formula of only combined standard deviation. So which option you have to choose here? Option B. Shift of origin has no impact of any of the measure of dispersion. All this and quartile deviation. Okay. All the measures of dispersion remains unaffected due to change of origin, but gets affected due to change of scale. What is the answer for question number 17? Question number 17, largest value minus smallest value. So here largest value is 20 and smallest value is what? 9. Correct? So 20 minus 9 is what? 11. We can ask these simple questions in exam. All these questions which we are doing now, okay, the questions which we are doing now from set A and set B, these questions are extremely important, and most of the questions in exam you will find from this only. Question number 18. The standard deviation of, see here 10 is occurring for how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4. And 16 is occurring for how many times? 4 times. So instead of writing 10 for 4 times and 16 for 4 times, what you can write? Just 10 and 16. Now, if there are only 2 observations, how to find standard deviation? If there are only 2 observations, how to find standard deviation? Half of range. 16 minus 10 divided by 2. 6 upon 2 is what? 3. Option C is the answer. Okay. Question number 19th. For any 2 numbers, standard deviation is always half of range. Okay. If you have to find standard deviation of just 2 numbers, of just 2 observations, what is the formula? Half of range. Question number 20 and 21. Last 2 questions. If all the observations are increased by 10, then see, if we are increasing the values of observation or if we are decreasing the values of observation, it is called as change of origin. Okay, increase or decrease in the value of observation, it is called as change of origin. And we know this thing that all the measures of dispersion remains unaffected due to change of origin. What is the answer? All these 3 will remain unchanged. Okay, even if we are increasing the values of observations by 10, then standard deviation, mean deviation as well as quartile deviation remains unaffected. Okay, and if we are multiplying the observation by some constant, or if we are dividing the observation by some constant, if we are multiplying the values of individual observation by some number, or if we are dividing the values of individual observation by some number, then it is called as change of scale. Okay, multiplication or division, it is called as change of scale. And all the measures of dispersion gets affected due to change of scale. So what they have written here, that all the observations are multiplied by 2. Here a new variable y is constructed, which is twice of x. Okay, so y is equals to 2x. So here what we will do, see, standard deviation of y is what? Absolute value of 2 multiplied by standard deviation of x. Sy is equals to what? 2 multiplied by sx. Standard deviation of y is equals to 2 times standard deviation of x. Which option is correct? Option A. Okay, so with this we have completed the entire chapter, measures of central tendency and dispersion. We have completed all the questions, all the concepts, and also we have seen most of the questions. Around 80%, 90% questions I have taken from set A and set B. If you have any of the doubt, you can ask it. All of you have understood this thing? Okay. Great. So by completing this chapter, you can now solve minimum 10 to 12 questions in exam, because ICI generally asks from this chapter 10 questions, or sometimes they even ask 12 questions, 13 questions also. Okay, so whatever questions they will ask from this chapter, you can easily solve this now. And most of the questions which they will ask in exam will be similar to the questions which we have covered from set A and set D. If you have any of the doubt, you can ask it. Okay. If you have no doubt, should I start with the other chapter? Should I start with the next chapter of statistics? Should I start with next chapter of statistics, or should I take now one of the chapters from business mathematics?